Hi guys and welcome to the eFootball Pro PES 2020 Stay at Home with PES tournament. My name is Chris Dunn and I am here with Harry Channon, and I'm very excited to bring you some of the best football players in the world playing on their PlayStations at home, just like me and you've been doing, Harry. Just sitting back, chilling, not leaving the house. Everybody's been doing the same, but we're very excited to show you these guys competing on their favourite game. Harry, how's things going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm quite excited to see how these professional football players throw down on eFootball PES 2020, purely because I know these guys are really competitive. Although it's, a friendly tournament, these guys definitely have that competitive streak in them and want to win every match that they're in, whether it be real world football or virtual football. So I'm really excited to see the games go down today.
Yeah, we're very excited to get into the action, but let's have a look at the teams that are taking part. Some of the biggest clubs in world football, Harry, if not the biggest.
Yeah, 11 partner clubs, 11 professional footballers chosen by those clubs. So again, it comes down to that competitive streak that each of these, players representing these clubs are basically going to have to fight through and really show that they're worth it. You can see the clubs on your screen right there, the likes of Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Arsenal, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Rangers, Celtic, Schalke, and Zenit St. Petersburg. So some of the biggest clubs in the world all choosing to take part here in the Stay at Home with PES tournament. There's some massive players, there's some massive clubs, obviously massive bragging rights at stake as well, as no doubt most of these footballers will be good friends with each other as well.
No doubt. But let's have a look at the bracket to see how this tournament is going to break down. Now, it is going to be single elimination, Champions League style sort of bracket, going into round of 16 quarters, semi-finals, and of course the final. We will finish the tournament tonight. There's some standout names there, and none other than Antoine Griezmann sitting up there for Barcelona. I mean, he's the big boy in this one, but plenty of great players playing in this tournament today.
Yeah, he's the big name. Regularly games PES actually with PES pros, eFootball PES pros like Eterito. He's quite good friends with. I see him playing with him quite often. So I wonder whether or not Eterito's maybe giving him some tips in terms of how to approach this tournament. But also the likes of Scott McTominay from Manchester United, Miralem Pjanic as well from Juventus. So big names all round. Even Leno from Arsenal. I mean, it's. He might just be a goalkeeper, but obviously goalkeepers have to be good with their hands. So maybe that might transition over into the controller gameplay. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a reach there, Harry, but I like where you're going. A little bit of a reach.
Segue. It didn't work.
But yeah, it's one of those things that let's just wait and see. Plenty of players here who we know can play. I think Antoine Griezmann being the main one, as you said, it's one of those where if he's playing with Eterito all the time, then obviously things are going to be looking good for him, hopefully throughout the rest of the tournament. But our first game is actually going to be between Rangers and Zenit. We are going to see Greg Stewart of Rangers taking on Alexei Satoman of Zenit. Now, let's talk about Greg Stewart first, representing Rangers. It's going to be one of these things that, there will be some Rangers fans in here and they will want to go up against Celtic at some point, I could imagine, because they're in it as well. So we'll keep an eye on that if it does end up matching throughout. But Greg Stewart, what are our thoughts on his chances here, Harry?
Well, it's quite interesting because when you think about, gamers, you don't really think about sort of the older generation. I know you're approaching that sort of golden age of 30 now, Ton, but Greg Stewart, 30 years old, obviously a centre forward for Rangers. His career started all the way back in 2007, so a good 13-year or so career so far. He's going to have to step it up here, I think, against the Zenit player, Alexei Satoman, because, I mean, everyone here wants to win, and it's going to be a tough match, a tough first round draw, I think, for Rangers here.
Yeah, very much so. We're going to talk about Alexei Satoman, though, of course, the Zenit player. It's one of these things. I'm sort of thinking connection across the continent, so to speak. Hopefully, it doesn't come into play. A lot of us online gamers will know exactly how that does feel, but hopefully, it's nice and smooth for these two. But Alexei Satoman from Zenit, we think he's going to be a tough opponent for Greg Stewart, do we?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like Alexei Satoman, again, 4 years the younger of Greg Stewart. Again, I don't want to be blasted Greg on his age. This
must mean he's better at games.
I mean, that's what I'm going with. We'll have to see if it comes out.
Is that the idea?
If the result actually reflects my prediction. But 2 goals, 1 assist in the Russian league so far. Also has 2 goals in the domestic cup in that competition as well. Alexei Satoman, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how he plays. Again, it might be a factor, the connection, obviously, from Scotland all the way over to Russia. So it should be a good game here, I think, for the first round.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, though, that if you haven't noticed, we don't know how good most of these guys are at PES. Of course, on the virtual pitch is very different to the real one, but we are ready to get this one started. One of these guys has a date with Antoine Griezmann. That's what is coming up next for them in the quarterfinals. Just looking at the bracket there, we do have another good couple of games coming into the round of 16, but let's get into this one. Greg Stewart against Alexei Satorment. Both teams being used, their respective teams anyway. Let's get into it. Really excited for this one, Harry. Something a little bit different from home, watching these professional football players, trying to be professional eFootball pro players, if anything. And let's get into it. It is going to be Greg Stewart from left to right in the Rangers kit. And of course, Alexei Satorment from right to left in the Zenit kit.
Yeah, you might say a date with Griezmann awaits then. If I'm either Stewart or Satorment here, I'm thinking that's the prize for beating their adversary here. And you want to be in that big name matchup against arguably the most high profile player in this stay at home with PES tournament. So for me, it's a prize. If you win this, you move on, you play against a big name, and hopefully more eyes are on you if you do get the win there as well.
Well, small chance coming in there for Satorman, but not able to find anything off it. Here's Kamara now for Rangers. Send out to Barisic. Not able to find anything in there, and a slow start to the game, but any expectations for these two? I said it's difficult, isn't it? Because we don't really know how good these two players are at PES. Let's figure it out, though, as we do go on. Some good defensive work so far coming in from Stewart. And he's actually going to send it to Greg Stewart down this right-hand side. Do you think you have to use your own player?
Absolutely.
I feel like it should be the rule.
He should be looking to feed in Greg Stewart, the virtual version, at any point that he can, as there is a slight chance there. The referee's going to pull it back, actually, for a foul on the Rangers man. So a free kick to Greg Stewart here. We'll see what happens from it.
Barisic lining this one up. I almost feel like you have to take every set piece with your own player as well. But here we go. He's going to go for the shot. It's going to be off the left-hand side post. So great effort there. Stewart is going to retain the ball through himself, but back to James Tavernier now. Can he find anything with it? The Rangers captain down this right-hand side. Back to Stewart. Ball into the feet there of Morelos. Not going to happen. A weak shot in the end, and it's easily collected, but Satorman living dangerously here in the first 15 minutes or so.
One thing I have noticed, though, from Alexei is that he has actually used manual goalkeeping from that free kick, using those controls to shift the goalkeeper across. We'll see what he can do with this attack here.
Oh, really good opportunity. It's going to be 1-0 to the Russian. Satorman makes it 1-0 for Zenit. And a really, really good effort, as Moon is going to be the goal scorer, but a really well-built goal. Just a couple of direct passes through the middle. Harry finds his way in, and that's 1-0.
Yeah, Asmoon in the 17th minute gives the lead to the man from Zenit. But you're right, it was very direct, wasn't it? It was just a string of passes from central midfield right to the man behind the striker, and then just fed in the striker nice and easy. Tucked it away, 1-0 to Zenit. Perfect start.
Maybe another opportunity here. Asmoon once again. Back to Daizuba. Back to Asmoon. Good save in the end. James Tavernier trying to get there. Not going to happen. It will be a corner. The pressure really on here from the man from Zenit. Satorman really doing a job. Ball's going to be whipped straight in. Malcolm goes towards the front post. It is going to be cleared away. Douglas Santos trying to get towards it. He will do. Is that offside here from Malcolm? Yes, it is. The attack is over and done with. But once again, the man from Russia really showing his intent here. Very, very direct in the attack, but it is working for him so far.
Yeah, and if I'm Stewart here, if I'm Greg Stewart, I'd probably just bank on the fact that there will be more chances coming my way. We saw in the opening 15 or so minutes there were a couple of good chances for him, and you think back to that free kick, which I think struck the post, and more chances like that he'll be hoping will come his way, and if they do, I would bank on him to equalise.
Stewart here on the right-hand side. Ball into Morelos, who will be a threat. It's a good pass in to Kent. Down this left-hand side. Can strike it with the right foot. It's a great goal. Keeper getting nowhere near it. And this one, it's tied up. 25 minutes gone, and we've got 2 goals already. A fantastic way to start things at the Stay With Home with PES tournament. And there you go. 1 apiece between Rangers and Zenit.
Well, I hate to be bigging myself up, but I did say if more chances come his way, he might be able to equalise, and well, he's taken that chance easily with Kent, and there might be a chance here for Zenit as well.
Oh, maybe an opportunity. Asmoon looking for the pass inside, not going to happen. Haji will clear this one away to Stewart. That one will roll out of play, but an entertaining first 30 minutes here.
Yeah, but coming back to your point, Chris, I feel like you have to put yourself on every free kick, every corner, every penalty, and give
Oh,
yourself the
100%.
captain's armband. Like, I don't
Without doubt.
understand why you wouldn't if you're Greg Stewart.
It
at
should
this
be the
point.
rules, and if Konami aren't enforcing them, then, well, some decisions have to be made. Some decisions have to be made. We want that enforced for the next couple of games, but here we go. Daizuba, can he get anything going? Not quite. You're rocking now to Smolnikov. Looking to build a little bit more here is Satoman. Good pass inside as Moon once again is going to get clattered, but he will be pushed away. No foul. Barisic looking to try and defend here, but Malcolm not able to find the pass through. This one is going to be cleared away. Looks like a foul in the middle there. The referee says no, though, so Barrios will continue this attack, but good pressure coming in here from Satoman. Maybe an opportunity to rock it back to Malcolm. The first touch was wayward, and this will be cleared away by Barisic. Good defending there by Stewart.
Yeah, good defending by Stewart, but Zenit continuing this pressure, just compounding the territory.
Daizuba, edge of the box to Rockin, just really putting the pressure on. He's trying to keep a hold of the ball here, Greg Stewart. He will get this one away now via James Tavernier through Hadji and out to Stewart. It's going to feed Morelos. Back to Hadji. Good football. Not going to happen there. Zenit will get this one away via Daizuba into Malcolm. He has plenty of pace as well. Rockin, he could send him down the line and he will do so. It's a fantastic ball. Can he get there? Not quite. McGregor just about there in time, but once again, the pressure coming in here from Satoman. However, I think Greg Stewart will be relatively happy he survived these attacks. Still has a couple more minutes before the half comes in. Malcolm once again seems to be the catalyst for their attacks. He's trying to go through them quite a lot here. Not going to happen this time around for Greg Stewart, but Alexis Satoman will probably be disappointed not to be up at the half here, although he may find another opportunity.
Certainly, and you have to remember as well, these professional footballers, as they do often week in, week out, I'll come back to that point actually maybe, as it might just bounce through here. Oh, the referee's blown half time. And the most unfortunate of times for poor Alexis Satoman. But what I was going to say is these players obviously representing their clubs now in the virtual pitch as well have the entirety of the fan base cheering them on, and that's surely got to be an added level of pressure. Again, despite this being a friendly tournament, these guys are all very competitive. They all do not want to lose. They don't like to lose at any competition, any form of competition, and no doubt this eFootball PES 2020 Cup will be no different. So it's just an extra bit of pressure there, and well, for me, or should I say for Alexis Satoman, I'd be quite annoyed with the referee. There were a few suspect challenges there from Greg Stewart in the first half, and of course the referee blowing half time at a very unfortunate time, right as Alexi was in.
Alexi going to get the chance straight away from the first off. It's actually going to be Malcolm to try and take the opportunity and straight from kick-off. 46 minutes, and Malcolm is going to make this 2-1, and you have to say, Alexis Satoman does deserve that one. Really good football once again, but just easy passes. Carving out the opportunity far too simply. Greg Stewart needs to come back here once again.
Yeah, right from the kickoff for Alexis Satoman. It's a goal we often see happen in PES. And Greg Stewart there just caught napping.
Oh, good opportunity. Morelos, he smashed it in the top left corner. And Greg Stewart just needs a half chance, it seems. Both these two teams, backwards and forwards we go. You can't separate them so far. 2 apiece. I turned away for just a second to just basically see Alexis Satoman in his route through, because it was looking like it was going to be his game. But I tell you what, it might be an opportunity for 3-2. Brushes the right-hand side of the post, but neither of these players doing too bad on the attack. However, there's been some questionable defending, as they said. 2 apiece.
Don't blink in this match. There are chances. I mean, we're just 5 minutes into the second half, and well, we've already had 2 goals. It's truly a tremendous affair so far. But I almost feel bad for saying that the golden oldie of Greg Stewart is might be at a bit of a disadvantage here.
He's only 2 years older than me. Let's come on.
Well,
now.
This is it. I mean, you know, actually, that doesn't say anything. You're not that great at football games, so we'll have to see if Greg Stewart can stage the almighty of comebacks.
Smolnikov, ball in. It's a good header, and it's maybe a save by McGregor in the end. It looked like it just got pushed around the post. It did. Malcolm to take this one. It's into the forwards, the front post. A bit of a scurry in the box, and once again, Satoman takes advantage, and it's that man again, Malcolm. Every single time the opportunities are falling to his feet, he is finding the back of the net. Satoman It was actually Barrios scoring for Zenit, sorry. Really good goal. Oh, at least a great build-up to get the corner. It was a bit of a scurry in the box, in fairness, but there you go, 3-2, and he's on the attack again here, Harry. This is really Sitoman's game to lose. Zenit looking very, very strong here.
Yeah, but don't count out Greg Stewart. I mean, we were almost counting him out immediately after the kickoff goal from Sitoman to start this half. So Stewart has proven he can score goals so far in this game. He's already got 2 to his name. We'll have to see if he can stick in a third and give us a real interesting contest.
There's going to be opportunity here for Tavernier down the right, but he's going to recycle this one back. But I think you're right. Sitoman probably has looked the more proficient player at least, but Greg Stewart, when he has managed to get forward, has looked dangerous. Morelos is really the guy that is causing problems. Haji now to Tavernier. Back inside to Haji. Looking for the pass, but maybe trying to force it just a little bit too much. And well, that's wayward from James Tavernier. That's going to be out for a throw-in. But 65 minutes gone. Let's take a step back. It is going to be Greg Stewart behind here against Alexei Sitoman.
Yeah, that
the winner playing Antoine Griezmann as well.
That throw-in purely down to lack of the knowledge of the Super Council there from Greg Stewart. Had he cancelled the queued up animation, he might have been able to salvage possession there, but because the animation was still queued up, the input was still queued, the player just kicked it out despite the poor touch. But he's coming forward here once again, Greg Stewart.
Ryan Kemp with plenty of pace down this left-hand side. The ball trying to be whipped in. That will be a corner. We have seen, as I said, some questionable defending from both players. Towards the back post. The keeper should be able, well, I say that, claim that easily. We'll put it out for another corner.
I was worried that was about to dip into his own net.
Ball to be whipped in once again. It's going to be going towards the front post. Keeper is there to claim it. As Moon will try and get out, but it is going to be Barisic. Not necessarily going to be able to find anything in the box as he is going to put towards the edge. It's going to be Arfield. To Haji, looking to create, trying to create. Tavernier down this right-hand side, looking for the cross. Can he get there? Good defending, or just about good defending to get a hold of that one. Is that going to be a penalty coming in, or is that a free kick? I do believe it will be a free kick. Yeah, I was curious to which way that actually went. I did see the referee blow, but I wasn't quite sure what it was for.
It's right on the byline, and to be honest with you, Chris, there's a bit of frustration coming in from Greg, I think. Maybe a last-ditch challenge to try and keep the ball up the Zenit side of the pitch. But so far, Alexei Sitoman's hung on. It's something that he really struggled with in the first half of this game. Almost, just showing that he's not willing to, but often concedes after scoring himself. He's kept this 3-2 advantage for quite some time now.
Maybe looking to shut up shop. The fourth goal would do him the world of good. That is going to be a free kick as well. Maybe a little bit aggressive from the Rangers man, Stewart. Looks like the Zuba is maybe going to have an effort. Oh, he's passed it inside, but good defending by Helander. He will put this one out for a corner. Had to get there. 15 in-game minutes remaining. We'll need to see a goal from Stewart if he can. Good defending on the corner once again, but he will just play it back to Barrios. Looking for the pass inside, not going to find it. That will be offside. But another opportunity there for Sitoman. Stewart will defend it well in the end. What do you want goal away here, Harry?
Defended really well, actually, by Stewart, because he knew he dragged a man on the free kick all the way to the line, playing everyone onside, essentially, in the box for Zenit. And he actually had the awareness. Again, these professional footballers all have that football mindset and that football brain about them, and was able to bring a man across to mark the pass just in time.
Tavernier's going to get away. That's a cross. Come shot. In the end, it will hit the side netting. Nothing too much to bother Lunev, and this one will be sent away down the field. There's Zuba now. Really great takedown. Driussi now looking for the pass inside, but he will choose to try and take on the man. Tavernier trying to defend where he can, but Driussi will make it past. The cross is poor, though, after all his good work. This one will be cleared away via Greg Stewart. Plays it back to Arfield now. Maybe an opportunity for the Rangers man. Morelos has been fantastic for his team, and that's a cracking ball out to Stewart. But where's the support? It's not there, and it's really good defending by Douglas Santos. Sitoman just about getting this one away for his team, but the pressure can continue to build by a good header in the middle one. By the Rangers man there, Tavernier. Looking for the pass inside. You'd like to maybe see the cross, but he will retain the ball, but he will give it away. 86 minutes gone, and maybe an opportunity for Sitoman to put this one to bed. Driussi now Stretching his legs, trying to get away from the defenders. He will stretch 3. Can he find another goal? Looks for the pass inside, and a simple finish is going to come in for Satoman. That's going to be 4-2 to Zenit. He will wrap this one up via De Zuba. Really, really well works. 4-2, and that is surely all she wrote, Harry.
Surely it is, and you feel for Greg Stewart because there were a couple of defenders in the box there that maybe could have put a block in and intercepted the pass to the eventual goal scorer. But, well, credit to Alexi. He has seen off this first round opponent, barring a miracle, and he sets up a date with Antoine Griezmann in the quarter-final. It's going to be a fun one, that one. He looks like a tricky competitor to beat here at the Stay-at-Home with Pez Cup.
Took his chances. Really, really did. It has to be said that Greg Stewart did as well. Might find one here. Maybe make it a bit of a grandstand finish. The ball in. Not going to find anything with that. It's a decent enough header, but just can't keep it down. It will be a goal kick, and that should be that. We're heading into the 94th minute. This is looking like it is done. Maybe another opportunity here for Satoman. He's got the pass on his left-hand side. Good defending by Kamara, and he will get this one away, but it will not matter. That should be the game. That will be the game. Zenit advance on through. Satoman getting it done for his club. Alexis Satoman will advance through and will play Antoine Griezmann in his next game. But a really good win from there. Has to be said. Some good clinical attacking, and every single opportunity that he did seem to have, he tried to put it away and did a really good job at doing so. He's somebody to look out for. Honestly, didn't play too badly there, in my opinion. Greg Stewart, maybe a little bit unfortunate at times to concede some of the goals he did, but Alexis Satoman, good for his win there, I'd say.
Yeah, certainly. And I think Greg Stewart put a good showing of himself as well. Does lose points for me, Alexis Satoman, purely because I'm pretty sure he wasn't playing himself on the pitch, whereas Greg Stewart had himself actually in the game. So, I mean, I don't know if that's Alexis Satoman just not rating himself. Obviously, has options at Zenit there over on the left wing, but clearly was playing for the win. And you know, he signed from Rubin Kazan just last year in June 2019. And if Zenit go all the way, I know it's early to call this, but they might think it's the signing of the millennium if they win the Stay-at-Home Cup here with Pez. It could be, you know, again, it depends where their priorities are. Probably more with real-world football, but I mean, virtual football counts as well, and they might think they've bagged themselves a little gem in the rough. Yeah,
I wonder if he's got any contract bonuses for online games winning.
Football tournament wins.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he does. Who knows? But here we go. Let's have a look at the bracket and how it stands now. Satoman going on through. I said he will meet up and play Antoine Griezmann in the quarter-finals. Our next game, though, is going to be Antoine Edouard against Nassim Boujalev. And that one will be all the way at the bottom. Celtic versus Schalke, but another game that has gone a bit. Leno won his game 3-0 and will go on to play Martinez from Bayern Munich, of course. But we will catch up with that quarterfinals game when we do get to see the Arsenal man going up against the Bayern Munich man later on during the day. But Edouard against Boujalev coming up next, Harry. Now, any other Rangers fans going to stick around for the Celtic game?
A silver lining for them is that if Celtic lose as well, at least they can maybe, you know, give it as bad as they surely will take from the Celtic eFootball PES 2020 fans. But this will be a fun one, I think. Both of these players are featured quite regularly in the eFootball Pro League in the stat balancing mode. The professional esports players of both Celtic and Schalke 04 like using the respective players who are controlling the teams in this next match. So could be, again, one of those where the eFootball Pro players might be giving tips onto the professional players here. This one, I think, could be quite a high-quality game.
It could be. Let's talk about Edson Edouard first, though. Or Edson Edouard, I should say, sorry. A player who's playing well at Celtic at the moment, you know, coming from the French League and doing fairly well for his squad up in there in Scotland. Let's see if he can do it on the virtual pitch, of course, here in eFootball PES 2020. Now, as he said, could be a fun one, and I'm sure if the Rangers fans maybe want to stick around and see if he does get a beat. I think that's what they'll be looking for. Maybe the fortune's not lying in Rangers' favour in real life, but hopefully I think they'll definitely want Celtic to maybe not do as well as they did, saying that they did just get knocked out in the first round, so a loss would really be the only thing they can cling on to here. But what do we think of his chances here, Edouard?
certainly Celtic, if this is being played in stat balancing mode, a decent team. They're sitting around 8th or 7th position off the top of my head in the eFootball Pro season so far, which obviously has been suspended at the moment. But again, it comes down to whether or not these esports players are communicating via their clubs, to these pro players who are playing here at the stay-at-home club. I know off the top of my head, Mehrab Merriman from the Schalke 04 eFootball Pro squad is actually coaching Bujaleb in this match. So there's certainly a bit of interplay there between the esports players and the professional players. So if Eduard has that same privilege, I suppose, has that same coaching element from the Celtic pro players, then again, this could be a really high quality game.
Well, let's talk about Nassim Bujaleb then. Of course, he is getting coached, as you said, from one of the Schalke players. So that's somebody good to have in your ear, of course. Depends how much he plays it, though. As I said, we know a couple of players here do play a lot of PES. However, let's see. Does Nassim Bujaleb play enough to win this game? I said the youngster from Schalke, what can he get done here? It's going to be a difficult one, I think. It's not an easy game, and from what we've seen so far, though, but it's one of these things that, players haven't necessarily, in the small sample size we've seen, been performing so well on the defensive side of things, but maybe we'll get plenty of goals, which I'm sure everybody in the chat, and myself included, will love to see.
Well, we spoke about the ages maybe coming into a factor in our first match of the day. These two, just 22 years old on the side of Eduard and 20 years old for Nassim Bujaleb, who, again, has that benefit of the coaching side of the game. So he might have a few tricks and tips that he's been practicing thanks to the professional tips being fed into him by the Schalke 04 esports players. So again, this really should be one of the standout games of the entire tournament.
Well, we are ready to get into it. It is going to be Bujaleb against Eduard, and I'm excited for this one. As said, we're really just starting to get into it here. The winner will actually go on to play a Milan Pjanic from Juventus, of course. So that's one of those, another big player in this tournament. But let's get into it. It's going to be Bujaleb going up against Oddsson Eduard. Celtic versus Schalke. And it will be Bujaleb shooting from left to right in the Schalke kit. And of course, in the Celtic green and white will be Oddsson Eduard.
Yeah, Bujaleb, born in Hagen, Germany, actually represents Morocco internationally. He is a midfielder for Schalke 04. Has brought up through the Schalke youth systems all the way through from the under-16s. So knows the club inside and out. Will know the players in the first team, and of course will know the weapons he has at his disposal.
Good defensive work coming in here from Bujaleb anyway. Will be Bujaleb. He's at least using his own player. He's at least using his own player.
Seems to be lining up with a similar lineup that Schalke use in the eFootball Pro match days. Here, Bujaleb. They do use Nassim Bujaleb in the midfield, often with Amine Harit, the likes of Bergstaller up front as well. So he seems to have taken at least some lineup tips from the Schalke 04 esports players. It looks very similar to the way they line up.
Harit was trying to find the ball into Raman there. Not going to be able to happen. Forrest trying to get away down this right-hand side for Celtic. Maybe playing with the ball just a little bit too much there. And maybe just a little bit lackadaisical in possession is Eduard. A yellow card coming in there is actually for Bujaleb.
Not too sure. I think it was Omar Mascarell actually that came in with that challenge. But well, there it is. But yeah, he's certainly. It's good to see again. Them actually playing themselves, unlike our fellow from Moscow in the previous game, Alexei.
Yeah,
it's really disappointing. I mean, you have a chance to use yourself in a video game, and you don't even play. You don't even bring yourself on as a substitute, Chris. It's a shambles, really.
Poor form. Ball whipped in, though. Maybe an opportunity here for Eduard. Not going to happen. Griffith's not able to get there. Forrest's ball in was deep, but Aja will get this one away in. Now Raman trying to get down this left-hand side. It's a good opening run here by the Schalke man, but Bergstaller will not be able to get there on that one. Easy collection from the Celtic man there. Rogic now trying to get this one away. Heavy touches. Neither player able to create some clinical chances so far, Harry.
Certainly not. There was a chance there for Bergstaller, but the pass from Raman just not good enough. Chance now, though, for Eduard maybe to put some pressure on of his own.
Not going to happen. That final pass wanting. Eduard not able to find anything there. The ball inside once again. Maybe sloppy play from these two in the first 23 minutes or so. trying to just stamp some authority on the game. Stambuli down this right-hand side to Bujalep. Look for the pass down the line to Caligari. We'll find that one back to Harrod now. Good football here. Man, the Schalke man. Just trying to get the ball under his feet, if you like, and trying to get a feel for it if you want. And maybe just the lack of possession so far has been the reason we haven't seen too many opportunities. It's been good possession to try and have. That has been the difficulty. But here we go. Bujalev through himself now. Will send Caligari down this right-hand side. It's a bad touch by the Italian, though, and that one will go out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Bujalev happy to play out from the press coming in from Edouard. Maybe, again, a bit of frustration or design tactic from the Celtic man, but he wants to try and put the pressure on Bujalev here early, and really, you can tell he wants to play with the ball, Edouard.
Easy interception. Harrod might actually be able to get this one away on the counter-attack. It's a good ball into the feet of Rahman now. Bergstola, is he actually onside? Yes, he is. First big opportunity. Oh, it's wide. It's one that you feel you had to take there, Bujalev. It was a really, really good run through the centre. It will be wide. The keeper doesn't have to make a save. Really good opportunity there, though, for Schalke. Rogic now down this right-hand side. Maybe looking for the cross in. He's going to find the cross in towards the front post, and he's going to have to be played away. And out for Johnston now. Good turn on the edge of the box. Looks to put it into Edouard to try and score a goal for himself. Good opportunity here. Looking to try and pass it in. Great cross in. Crossbar rebounded. It will be put away. Celtic take the lead after no chances whatsoever. Griffiths will bury it 1-0. 35 minutes gone.
Well, a great goal. Somewhat fortunate, you would say. It all came from the work being done from Edouard's virtual character, and then, well, the real-life Edouard did the rest with Lee Griffiths. And 36th minute rebound off the crossbar falls kindly back to him. And a man who has scored 21 goals in 27 games for Celtic in the league so far this season is, well, continuing his fine goal-scoring form here on the virtual pitch as well.
Oh, and he's doing great defensive work in the midfield, but he's going to give that one away. Scott Brown, I feel it was there. Rahman looking for the ball through to Bergstola. Can he find the net the second time? I'm asking, not quite. The rebound, where's it going? It will be defended, and Forrest will get this one away. Another good game here so far, Harry, though. Both these two teams having opportunities. Forrest getting his legs running down this right-hand side. Will not work out for him, though. And now the defensive side of things, you are left open a little bit. Pass inside, not going to be found. Maybe it's been lost in the middle, though. Harrod, can he get control of it? Not quite. Scott Brown in the middle, just getting things done as per usual. Edouard now looking for the pass outside. It's a poor one to McGregor, and Sonic will get a hold of this one.
Yeah, we
thought
thought
to Caligari as well.
Thought it might be, Chris, a very good game of eFootball PES, purely based on the eFootball Pro heritage both of these clubs have. Will be a free kick to Schalke right on half-time. This will be the last kick of the half, but a very good game so far.
Maybe an effort here.
He can score from here.
Harrod. Moroccan looking to line this one up. Will hit it and overhit it. Not going to happen for him there. That will be the end of the half, and it will be the Celtic man. Edouard leading 1-0 now. Change is going to come in here on one side of things, from the Schalke side, actually.
This is a very meta formation that you often see in PES from years gone by. It's obviously very prevalent here in eFootball PES 2020 as well. Don't be surprised to see, yep, Katuchu come on. Matondo, I'm surprised, hasn't featured so far either. Merchan, neither McKinney. We'll see which of those options he decides to use. If it's me, I'm thinking McKinney to shore up the midfield and give you a chance to come back into this game. But so far, Edouard looks good for his 1-0 lead. He hasn't had as many chances as Nassim Bujalev on the Schalke side, but there is still another half of PES to play, so we'll have to see whose coaching comes off better here. Will it be Merriman making the difference for Schalke 04 come the end of the game?
Half-time changes coming in, about 20 seconds or so for these players to make their changes that they feel they need to. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Edouard has had his one good opportunity, has taken it, but Schalke man, Nassim Bujalev, definitely has had opportunities himself. So we still got a good 45 minutes yet of eFootball pairs, and which way will this one go? Tight game. Neither player able to establish much of a lead here, but let's see as we do head in towards the second half. A couple of substitutions coming in for Edouard, and El-Yunusi will actually get going down this left-hand side. A bit of a pace coming on. Griffiths now in the middle. Back to McGregor and out to El-Yunusi, and maybe can use the pace that Fresh likes to burn past. Not going to happen. That will be a goal kick. Bujalep can have another opportunity to attack. Needs to find a goal in this next 45, Harry.
Yeah, Edouard starting the half strongly. It's surprising for me that he's brought El-Yunusi on at half-time. He's one of those electric, pacey players that can really change the game when you bring him on a little bit later on when the defence maybe has lost a bit more stamina. As of right now, you can see the likes of Sane at the back for Bujaleb still have a fair amount of stamina, so can catch El-Yunusi should he maybe steal half a yard or so. But, you know, it's not a bad substitution to make at any time of the game.
Living maybe a little bit dangerously here at Edouard in his own half, but Scott Brown will get this one out. Good. Direct balls into the front two. Griffiths will get this one. Edouard, can he get his chest onto it? Yes, he can. Using his strength to get this one away. A really good pass into El-Yunusi. Can he put this one back in for Edouard? Good save. Bujaleb living dangerously here. Nearly would have had the first goal by the actual player on himself there.
I think
Edouard, really
the
good
virtual Edouard is maybe sharing the frustrations of the actual real-life Edouard right now.
Corner whipped in towards the front post. It's maybe another opportunity for Celtic. Has to get this one away. Schalke. And it will be cleared up the pitch to Tuki, but can't quite get there. Harrod now trying to chase down as best as he can, as is Bergstaller, but good passing around by Edouard, and really, really good work by him in this second half. It's definitely grown into the game. He definitely has his lead, of course, but as time has went on, maybe been a bit better with possession. I say that as the ball has been given away. Bergstaller has been sent in. The keeper's been brought out. Oh, and it is going to be the post. This one should be cleared away by Aja. What a huge opportunity that was once again from the man from Schalke, but he just can't put it in the back of the net here, Harry.
Well, Celtic so far doing better than their Glasgow rivals, but living very dangerously, as you said. Surprised that maybe Bujaleb didn't go for the chip there. Might have been the better option.
Oh, ball in once again. Enjoying his time down this left-hand side. But now the counter-attack maybe is open here. Bergstaller, is he going to be looking for the ball through? Direct pass. Pass inside to Rahman now onto his left foot. Post once again. The rebound eventually. Schalke will get the goal that they deserve. Bujaleb gets it done through Katuchi, and that is going to be one apiece now. Schalke definitely worth this draw right now for Bujaleb, who's back into the game.
Yeah, he's been knocking on the door all game. And just as Edouard's goal went in at the Schalke end, it's happened here at the Celtic green and white end of the pitch as well. Falls kindly for Katuchu. And that will be the equaliser. And for me, that sets up this game really nicely, because now Edouard has to go and try and chase a goal. Not that he wasn't already anyway, but he has to try and chase a winner now if he doesn't want this game to go to extra time. And, well, it gives Nassim Bujaleb, the confidence that he needs maybe to push on and find a winner of his own.
Stambouli now trying to get this attack started through. Bujaleb trying to roll his man. Not going to happen. This one will be cleared away, and El-Yunusi will get going once again. He has been really the catalyst for Celtic since he's come on. And it's going to be Edouard. Maybe the pass inside was the option there, you think, Harry? Not going to happen for him. And once again, Schalke can counter-attack. Bergstaller, he's not going to get there in front of Aja, who will clear this one back to Reza Foster, but still knocking at the door as the Schalke man.
Yeah, looks very, very clinical on the counter-attack. Just watch out for Harrit. Trying to link up with Katuchu and Bergstaller. It's a very venomous front three that, despite, you know, the Schalke 04 esports players not really been able to settle into a groove throughout the season, are a very venomous front three.
Well, it's a ball in towards the front post. Good defending, but the deflection. Oh, I mean, he was offside, but I'm not quite sure what he was doing with it. Just about offside.
Again, Chris, it's where the Super Council comes into play. When you've queued up an input, it doesn't matter what happens in the game. If you don't use the Super Cancel, it will be L2 and R2, or depending on your control scheme, L1, R1. And of course, depending on the console you're playing on. But it can cancel that queued up input and can give you a chance maybe to queue up a different input, like a shot in that kind of situation. In the end, doesn't matter because it's offside, but just one of those little tips that maybe these esports players should have been feeding to their pro players.
Stambouli will get some good defensive work done, and Bujaleb will be the one to try and get this one away. Turns and sends it down the line to Katucci. Trying to burn some pace here. He's on his bike down this right-hand side. Not going to happen. This ball will be cleared away. Good defensive work by Celtic once again. Everything coming through El Yunusi. Absolutely nothing went down the right-hand side in this half for Celtic. 82 minutes gone, and I don't think I've seen a pass go down the right wing. Oh, it's a good ball in though. Griffiths onside. Doesn't really have any options in the box, so we'll have to drag this one back, but chooses to go for the shot. Always an acute angle. Not going to be able to bury it from there. It was a good counter-attacking play, though, by Celtic. Not quite enough to get anything done. 85 minutes gone now. Changes coming in.
The run was good from Griffiths, and I'm not surprised, really, to see Edouard go for that shot controlling Griffiths. He's a player I actually have in my club lineup, and he can fire in those types of shots from that kind of angle. And here we go. Here are some of the subs that I mentioned earlier on. Matondo on, as is McKinney. Two very powerful players for Schalke. We'll see if they make the difference. They've been very, very influential, I want to say, throughout eFootball Pro Match Day so far for Schalke 04. And, well, you can see Nassim Bujaleb is trusting his teammate, I suppose, his tactics, Merriment, with the coaching.
Changes coming through. Both players another minute or so to make them. Checking the stats out, making sure they're lined up with real life.
I think he's brought himself off, has he, for McKinney here, Bujaleb? Yeah, I think he has.
Despicable.
There it is. There's the confirmation.
Must take some stones to do that.
84 minutes. I mean, it's a good account of himself, but clearly feeling like he needs to do a few more minutes on the treadmill, maybe in real life, to get that stamina rating up for the next iteration of PES.
Harrod now for Schalke. You feel as if a goal here for either team would maybe be the final dagger. And Cham is going to get this one away down this left-hand side. Edouard really blowing down that left-hand side. Plenty of work has been done through him. Harrod not going to be able to find the pass, but he will be fortuitous enough to get the ball on the edge of the box here. Offside once again. And that's happened a good few times to the Schalke man whenever going forward. Plenty of players just going a little bit too early with those runs, but a good defensive line by Celtic. I mean that no more opportunities are going to present themselves, but Matondo, he's being given the ball. Surely you're not going to be given this opportunity. This shot is wayward, and Arja will get this one away. An opportunity created by Celtic themselves.
Anarchy.
For the Schalke side. Absolute crazy scenes in the box. Can't quite get it done. Harrod now. Can he find a goal in the final seconds for his team? Looking for the pass if he can. Lingered on it too long. Extra time is coming. Oh my, Harry,
I'm just thinking back to that chance with Matondo. I mean, he tries to take it wide around the keeper, which is a good idea in theory, but the shot was just dragged so far wide. It was a bit of a miserable effort in the end. I just had a thought, and I just had an inkling that as soon as he didn't go for the chip shot, once he saw the goalkeeper rushing after the mistake, that sort of thing probably would have happened. And, well, a chance to win the game for Bujaleb thrown away in the end.
Completely thrown away into extra time we go. Schalke looking the more likely, I think. In all honesty, Bujaleb probably has been somewhat the stronger player. I would say that he's had more chances at least anyway.
Well, you think about the substitutions he's made, will certainly be impacting the performance here in extra time. Harrod is on his last legs, but the likes of Matondo and McKinney could be, again, difference maker. You're looking at Christie and Cham on the Celtic side, maybe, to be those similar sort of impact players here for Edouard.
Griffiths now into the feet of Edouard. Can't quite find the second pass, though.
He's kept himself on, though, to be fair, Edouard. I respect that.
I'd be keeping myself on, in fairness, as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be running to the ground before you can pull me off.
I've been taking the winning penalty.
McKinney now. The American will find Harrod. It's a cracking ball to Matondo. It's a really, really good challenge in the end. A good attacking player, but equally matched defensively. Edouard now very much doesn't have the legs to even pass it, as Harrod is going to be able to get a hold of that one. McKinney now looking for the run of Matondo. He's got men in the box as well, maybe looking for the pullback. He's going to find Harrod. Oh, it's so fortuitous. It's so unfortunate on the side of Edouard. It will rebound in, but Harrod will take that one all day long. 2-1 to Schalke, 100 minutes gone.
Yeah, I mean, Harrod,
That
just
stinks.
ghosts into those. He ghosts into those positions so often. We won't see the full replay, but the deflection, as you said, so cruel, so cruel. And for all Eduard's hard work, he still has a bit of time left. He has 20 or so in-game minutes left in extra time and has Bio fresh on the pitch, so could still score an equaliser. But it's so tough when you do concede a goal like that. We've all been there, and he just has to keep his head now, Eduard. Still, by the way, hasn't subbed himself off. I mean, his player's on red stamina, and he's determined to keep his
He needed some oranges at half time.
Magic sponge quickly.
Harrod now. Oh, good ball. He's going to send Rahman down the left-hand side. Harrod really has been orchestrating the play for Schalke. Could you find a third here, maybe to tie this one up if you're Boujelev? Not going to happen. Eduard will try and get this one away, but that will be the end of the first half of extra time. We will head into the second one with a slight lead for the Schalke man. He's had more possession and more chances, as you can see, but surely he's going to shut up shop now. Wouldn't surprise me too much. Harrod going to go off. He's attacking player, not needed now. Defensive substitutions coming in.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a change in formation here as well as the extra substitution comes in, because we are in extra time, of course. You get that one extra sub. Maybe to change the formation away from having two attacking midfielders almost to maybe having two sitting deep and maybe one in the centre. But he's sticking with it, maybe banking on the counter-attack and might be looking for even a third here, Boujelev. Eduard has to come forward, so it's a viable tactic.
Just waiting on the players making their final substitutions. If you are Hudson Eduard, you need to get this one done. You need to find a goal pretty quickly. Has had his chances though, and you know, if anything, his right midfielders should be fairly fresh because everything was going down his left-hand side.
Again, I almost want to see Eduard's stamina because it was definitely in the red towards the end of that first period of extra time. But again, surprising for me because Griffiths has that ejection of pace, but Eduard is clearly just banking on himself. That confidence, of course, in his own
blind faith
in-game character. But to be fair, we can't be too harsh on him because we were blasting the man from Moscow earlier on, Alexei Satormin, for not even playing himself. So, you know, can't play devil's advocate here. We've got to applaud him, I suppose.
Chuchu will get this one down this right-hand side from Matondo. Plenty of fresh legs here. Aja, maybe not so much, but the strength very much on his side of things. Christie will try and get this one away. Into the feet of Eduard, who is literally exhausted.
He's dead on his feet.
Chan looking for the ball inside. Not going to happen. Christie, maybe the one to orchestrate this crucial attack for the Celtic man. It's a ball out wide for Elyounoussi. Look for the cross in, maybe. Look for the pass. Is he going to find Eduard in the front post? What a save. Schalke living dangerously here. But you're going to feel Eduard with maybe a little bit more stamina would have had maybe a bit more about that shot. And it's going to be put in towards the front post. Can't quite find it, but the second opportunity not going to happen. Nubel will get a hold of that. Oh my, he's had his chances. This one will be cleared by the Schalke keeper straight out for a throw-in, but Celtic still knocking on the door here.
Well, that's where you keep Eduard on the pitch. Even with low stamina, he finds himself in those goal-scoring opportunities. Couldn't finish it that time. But just take a look at Boujeleb's tactics in the bottom right. That blue bar signifying he's gone defensive. Wouldn't be surprised to see it maybe go down a further notch and go park the bus mode here, as there's only 2 in-game minutes left.
It would make sense. Not long left at all. Just needs to keep a hold of the ball and doing so well. Boujeleb, you got to say, good value for his win here, looking like that will be the end, and it will be Schalke going on through. Rangers fans rejoices. Celtic do drop on out, but Nassim Boujeleb will get it done for Schalke. Nicely played, and honestly probably deserved it, Harry.
Yeah, you could definitely argue that. He had more chances in the first half, especially. Was just, in the end, more clinical, Nassim Boujeleb, and he will advance to the next round. You feel for Eduard. You definitely do. We've got to applaud him for keeping himself on the entire 120 minutes. just don't let him ever be player manager of Celtic, because he's just going to play the full season. He's never going to sub himself off, and he's going to be knackered by the end of it.
Absolutely knackered. And he may have felt that he could have taken the chance towards the end had he not been. But I mean, it was a really good save in the end, but the Schalke man will advance on through. Let's have a look at the bracket to see how things lie. And we have played our full round of 16. Another couple of games going on off stream have led us to our final 8 players. Griezmann will take on Satoman. Martinez will take on Leno. Esposito from Inter Milan will take on Scott McTominay from Manchester United. And the man from Juventus, Milan Pjanic, will take on Boujlev, who we've just seen beat Eduard. Some really good games lining up here, Harry.
Yeah, I'm especially looking forward to the Griezmann-Satoman game. We saw Alexi in the round of 16 see off Greg Stewart from Rangers. Griezmann, I've been hearing things around the PES Pro community that he's been playing with some pro players and he's been giving them good games. So I don't know whether or not that some of the pro players may be letting him win because he plays for Barcelona. It's Antoine Griezmann. You probably let him win, right? But I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. We have some tremendous games in the quarterfinals, and hopefully we get to see all of them.
Well, we will. We'll see the quarterfinals after this very short break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Stay at Home with PES tournament. Plenty more action to come. Welcome back to the eFootball PES 2020 Stay at Home with PES tournament. My name's Chris and I'm back here with Harry Wonderboy Channel, of course, and 2 great games to kick things off. Of course, we have seeing players advance on. We have the quarterfinals now coming up. I said we're finishing it all today. We're getting it all done and dusted. I hope you guys are going to join us on your Sunday night chilling at home, because let's be honest, what else is there to do at this moment in time? Absolutely nothing, Harry. All I've done is play games.
All I've done is play my club, play career mode, or should I say Master League. I've just been sat there just gaming pairs. It's brilliant. I mean, Quarantine hasn't affected me too much because it's just how I was living anyway. But yeah, no, I'm glad we get to do it all today. We get to get the entire tournament done, finished. We get to see so many games of eFootball PES 2020 back to back to back to back to back. And most importantly of all, we get to find a champion out of these professional football players.
I'm very excited to see who does become that champion. Let's go in our first quarterfinal. It's going to be Javi Martinez going up against Bernd Leno, of course, from Arsenal and Bayern Munich, respectively. Now, I think this is one. It's a big clash between two big teams as well, and either or will want to get one over the other team. Now, Bernd Leno did go through his first game, going up against the AC Milan man, of course, and this is going to be maybe a bit more difficult for him. Javi Martinez, seasoned pro, if you like, in football, of course, but what's he like on the sticks, I wonder, Harry?
Oh, yeah, I wonder that too. He's been at Bayern München for quite a while now, the number 8, Javi Martinez, obviously 31 years old, born in Estella, Spain. Defensive midfielder, so again, we have to try and read into this because we don't know how good each of these professional players are at eFootball PES. He's a defensive midfielder, so might he set his team up a little bit defensively? I mean, I think we're all hoping that both Javi Martinez and Bernd Leno will be in the starting lineups of both of their respective teams. If Leno isn't starting himself, considering he is the number 1 goalkeeper for Arsenal, I'll be very, very surprised. Javi Martinez, though, has a couple more sort of weapons to use in the Bayern München midfield, so again, it's going to be really, really interesting to see not only the team compositions, but also how these two players play in the game. We prophesized at the top of the show, Bernd Leno, goalkeepers have to be good with their hands. Will that translate into controller gameplay? I mean, he saw off the AC Milan striker Leao in the first round of the tournament, so this could be a really tricky game for Javi Martinez here.
It could be, and just to point out, what obviously, as you guys would have seen when the substitutions were being made, no stat balance teams here either. So if you're Javi Martinez, you're feeling pretty nice going up against Arsenal, has to be said. But Bernd Leno is going to be the man for Arsenal, the goalkeeper. As he said, good with his hands, Harry. We're just trying to grasp on anything.
Grabbing onto anything here, as Leno often does in the English League campaign for Arsenal. Obviously, 7 clean sheets in the league so far. Has conceded 36 goals, though, this entire season. He'll be hoping that number comes down a bit here in the stay-at-home with PES Cup, because obviously if you concede 36 goals, I know, we won't go into it. But 36 goals is a lot to concede in a season that's not even finished yet. Hopefully that number will be less here at the stay-at-home with PES Cup, for Bernd Leno, and he's already off to a winning start. That will maybe give him the advantage against Javi Martinez here in the quarterfinals. He's already got a game under his belt, so this should be a fun one. Obviously, 2 eFootball PES 2020 partner clubs, 2 clubs taking part in the eFootball Pro League as well. Very different positions in the standing at the moment of the eFootball Pro standings. Bayern München sitting in 2nd place behind AS Monaco. Arsenal all the way down the table. I believe they're in 7th place. So quite a vast difference there. So maybe Leno can get revenge for his eFootball Pro comrades.
Well, let's find out. We are ready to get into this game, and it's going to be Javi Martinez taking on Bernd Leno from Arsenal, going up against the Bayern Munich man. But it should be an interesting one. I said we've already seen Bernd Leno get a win under his belt so far. Can he do the same here against the Bayern Munich man? We're about ready to get into it. And it will be Bayern Munich shooting from left to right in their red kit, and of course the away Arsenal yellow from right to left. I mean, it has to be Bernd Leno playing the net, surely. It has to be.
It has to be, and it has to be Javi Martinez in midfield as well. I said that he has weapons, but if we're not on stat balancing mode, then surely the likes of Lewandowski will be featuring heavily up top, and Javi Martinez will be in the midfield as well. I honestly couldn't believe when we were doing research on some of these players, Javi Martinez has been at Bayern München since 2012. He's been there 8 years.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
It seems like only yesterday he joined from Bilbao.
It just makes me feel old.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that I remember when he joined, but it's good effort here. Actually, that was Coleman in the middle. Not necessarily known for his heading prowess, but a hell of an effort there, and Bernd Leno will get this one away.
Javi Martinez is on the pitch.
Yep, Javi Martinez is on the pitch and flies into a challenge immediately. Lacazette now into Aubameyang. The run from Lacazette is good, and he will tee this one up. He can get there, not quite. Good ball by Aubameyang, but not quite good enough.
No, and it's good to see the likes of Coutinho, Thiago all playing here for Bayern Munich. Obviously, in the eFootball Pro season, they're using the stat balance players, so often try and find the little gems on the reserves that you often don't see. The likes of Xerxes for Bayern Munich and ARP as well, but the likes of Coutinho don't really feature that much purely because of his stature and some of his stats in the stat balancing mode. So it's good to see him starting for Bayern Munich, as is Serge Gnabry as well.
Lewandowski now to Coleman down this left-hand side. Plenty of pace to Ben. Will feed it into Robert Lewandowski. His left foot not quite enough to wrap around that one. But we'll actually get a free kick for a former foul, and the referee brings it back. They play the advantage. Coutinho to line this one up. A good opportunity here, Harry.
It's in a decent range as well. Doesn't want to go for too much power here. Just up and over the wall.
Oh, Coutinho bends it in the top left corner. It's a fantastic start by Javi Martinez. 1-0, and the Brazilian puts him up with his right foot. An absolute wand into the top left corner. 1-0 now. Bernd Leno against it already.
Don't know if you saw in the replay, Chris. We saw it for a split second, but the spin on the ball fully sideways from Coutinho. And from that kind of range, you don't want to go for too much power because in PES 2020 free kicks, you from that kind of range certainly can just lift it up and over and go for curl over the wall with just a little bit of power, almost less than you think you'll need. That's what Javi Martinez went for there, and it paid off. He's got his first goal.
Spaniard up in this tie. Gnabry now will send it out wide to Kimmich, who wants to get forward, maybe punish for it if he does lose the ball. He's going to give away a free kick. Yeah, Klasnic will now take this one. Will ding it inside. Leno now looking for a way back into this game. David Luiz out to Ozil. Pepe feeds into the field of Lacazette, turns into Aubameyang. Surely a goal, and yes it is. Manuel Neuer's not going to be able to get his hands on that one. Absolutely blasts it past him. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. One apiece now. First big chance for Bernd Leno, and he has taken it.
Well, not bad for a goalkeeper. That was a very slick move, wasn't it? But Leno really showing that it's clearly paying dividends, all the work he's been putting in with his hands on the training ground, obviously translating over to the controller. I'm going to hang on to that link, Chris, as long as I can throughout this show, purely because...
We were going to hang on to something, I suppose, haven't we?
Exactly, just like Leno hangs on to free kicks and shots in real life. See that segue right there? I'm a pro.
Yeah, you are. Robert Lewandowski now trying to get away down this left-hand side for Bayern Munich, but will not be able to. David Luiz some good defending. Ozil will get away down this right-hand side. Xhaka now into Torreira. Plenty of prowess in the defensive midfield side of things for Arsenal, but good football here. Pepe back in towards Lacazette. Good save, Neuer. Still one apiece, and the German just about keeping Arsenal at bay. Two big opportunities, one already taken, that one not quite. Corner whipped in towards the penalty box. Not going to happen, but the deflection. Neuer just about jumping on that one, but a good opportunity for Arsenal once again. And Leno feels as if he could probably be 2-1 up here.
Yeah, improvised finish in the end from Ozil, but you're right, it's been mostly Leno so far. Since that free kick from Coutinho for Bayern Munich, it's been one-way traffic essentially. Javi Martinez needs to try and put an attack on the board here just to let Leno know he's still in a game.
Kimmich whipping the ball in, heading towards Lewandowski, not able to quite get there, but Coutinho on the edge of the box, well closed down by Socrates. Man from Greece just about getting in front of that one. You don't want to give Philippe Coutinho any room in that sort of area. Bellerin now stretching his legs down this right-hand side. Back inside now to Torreira, trying to create through the middle once again is Leno. Trying to find it in to Lacazette. Can't quite get there. Maybe counter-attacking opportunity. No, Xhaka will shut this one down. Good football here from the Arsenal man. It will be cleared away by Bayern, but definitely getting the better of his opponent right now, Bernd Leno. Coutinho now. Oh, does have Lewandowski in front of him as well. The pass out wide. Not necessarily what I feel like he wanted to do there. And also, we'll clear this away. Lacazette. Is he going to send Aubameyang? He's onside. Back to Nicolas Pepe now, and does have Kolasinac running down the left-hand side. Serbian looking for the pass. Will play it inside to Torreira. Now to Ozil. Can create if he can be given the opportunity. Well, I will be offside now. Lacazette just Not able to hold his run, the Frenchman. And a break in play for the Bayern Munich man, Martinez, to try and recuperate himself. He has Arsenal on top at this moment in time.
Yeah, it's been mostly Martinez in the last 5 or so minutes, but I mean, Leno has shown so far with the attacking front three that he has in Lacazette, Aubameyang as half-time approaches, complemented by the likes of Pepe and Ozil behind. He just seems the more comfortable with his squads at the moment, and it's a big game changer when you say that there's no stat balancing, because again that changes the way that you play, and you have to use the weapons that your football club has, and the way that they play in eFootball PES is often very similar to the way that they play in the real world. So it's really, when you consider, Martinez plays in midfield, you would argue that he should know that the players around him more than Leno does, but obviously Leno so far, seeing everything with a perfect view from goal, has set up his team very nicely.
Continue out to Gnabry, took a ball in, and Leno just about there, and T respects on the pitch and of course on the sticks. Kolasinac now played inside, a quick counter-attack coming in here. Pepe to Aubameyang and now to Lacazette. Back to Aubameyang on the edge of the box. Good defending by Javi Martinez. Both players on both teams getting stuck in for their teams in the virtual game. Pepe now into Aubameyang. Once again, the attacks just building a little bit for Arsenal. Aubameyang, it's a great finish into the bottom right corner. Flicks it up and does not miss from there. Clinical. Really, really good play. A nice one too with Lacazette. Neuer not getting anywhere near that one. 2-1 now.
Well, Aubameyang, the first touch was perfect, wasn't it? Just flicked it up. Sat up nicely for the volley, and now Javi Martinez hasn't really had many opportunities since that Philippe Coutinho free kick flew in. And Leno might smell that he wants more goals, and to be honest, he looks the more likely to score next as well.
Pepe into the feet of Aubameyang, into Lacazette. It's really, really good football. And that's why he's found a third. Really well worked. Torreira, the pass inside. The next one goes into the feet of Aubameyang, and Lacazette buries it. 3-1 now. You said he looks the more likely, Harry. Easily dispatched in the end.
Javi Martinez, I don't know whether or not substitutions need to be made. He just seems to be dwelling on the ball too much. It's very sloppy from him. And Bernd Leno is well versed in eFootball PES 2020. He looks very sharp so far in this second half. The whole game, really. Javi Martinez, you can see, with just some of his passes are a little bit hesitant, a little bit, I don't want to say sloppy, but just not as precise as they need to be. And, well, the fake shot there, maybe fooling a couple of players, but this is a good move from him so far. But again, it just comes to nothing. He's just lacking that bit of precision in the final third that Leno at the moment certainly has.
Let's see if Leno can defend well here. Doesn't want to be giving any free kicks away, and he may just if he tried to go for the foul on the edge of the box, but he's actually going to give this one away. It was a big opportunity once again. The second bite of the cherry doesn't come in for the Spaniard there, and this one will be cleared away, and he may be punished for it. Lacazette now. Oh, we tried to turn inside. That is going to be a foul by Alaba. But another big opportunity there. He hasn't had too many of them as Javi Martinez, and will be ruining that missed chance. However, maybe another one here for the Arsenal man. Bellerin now down the right-hand side. The ball in. Not quite able to get past the big defenders of the Bayern Munich side, and Thiago will get this one away.
Yeah, thinking back to that chance as another late challenge comes in. Maybe should have just gone with it with Serge Gnabry, shouldn't he? Javi Martinez, the Bayern München number 8, really at this point should be looking at subs, should be looking at tactics maybe to switch things up. And when your only chance in the last, 10, 15 or so minutes has come from a Leno mistake, then something's going wrong and something needs to change.
Oh, really good opportunity here. Lewandowski usually doesn't miss from there, but Bernd Leno getting down to his left-hand side. Good Lord.
He's giving himself a pat on the back in real life after that one, Chris, I think.
Is he sitting there in his living room going, well done. Well done.
Well done,
well
me.
done, you. Ozil now trying to create in the middle. Is he going to get there? You will. Torreira. Back to Ozil now. Ball in, not quite enough conviction behind it, and maybe a counter-attacking opportunity here for Javi Martinez. Good ball into the feet of Lewandowski. This is really good football. Coutinho now maybe looking for the ball out wide, not necessarily just lingering too long on the ball there, Harry.
Just hesitated, didn't he? Saw the two men on that far side, turned away from them, and then tried to turn back. By that time, Leno closed the distance, and now he comes forward.
Opportunity here for number 4. Nope, not going to happen. The door shut by Javi Martinez in 2 different respects, but can he get a counter-attack? Yes, still time maybe. Cleared away though. Too easy for Arsenal right now. Right into the feet of Nicolas Pepe. No substitutions made on either side of things. Ozil. Oh, the dummy into Aubameyang. Gets there in front of the defender. Can't quite get the shot away, but can Lacazette? Yes, he can. 3-1, now 4-1. Arsenal running away with this one, and Bernd Leno looks a player here, Harry. 4-1. Arsenal cruising through to the semi-finals.
Well, think back to that chance that Bernd Leno saved. If that had gone in, it would have been 3-2. Instead, I mean, the virtual Bernd Leno has saved the bacon, so to speak, the proverbial bacon. And you're right, he looks a real force here at the stay-at-home with PES Cup. Javi Martinez now maybe just running down the clock. Doesn't look like he wants to venture forward too far. Just maybe wants to get that possession statistic up. And, well, he's given the ball away once again. But Leno, a really good game. Very clinical. Created a lot of chances as well. This Arsenal front line for him really working out. The likes of Pepe, the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil, so many weapons. Be interesting to see in the later rounds as he progresses through this tournament, whether or not he can continue the fine goal-scoring form. But ultimately, Javi Martinez here, well beaten, and Bayern München will be crashing out in the quarterfinals here of this cup, and it could be 5.
Oh, it could be, and Neuer will just about get there. That will surely be it. 4-1 for Arsenal, and Bernd Leno will continue on in the tournament. A really good win for him up against a really strong Bayern Munich side. Good win for the Arsenal man. The German getting it done against Bayern München. As said, he'll be happy about that one, I can imagine.
Certainly. Again, you just think back to Leno's chances. He took most of them, as opposed to Javi Martinez's chances. You think to Lewandowski, which was saved by Leno. You think of the Serge Gnabry chance where he tried to pass it to Lewandowski, and when Robert Lewandowski was marked. There was goals in that game for Javi Martinez. He was just slightly less clinical, and Leno made him pay for it.
He did indeed. Let's have a look at the bracket and how that changes it, of course. Bernd Leno now going to a semi-final where he will await the winner of either Antoine Griezmann or Satoman, of course, from Zenit, which is going to be coming up next. Interested to see this game as well, to see who's going to be matching Leno. And honestly, Leno looks like the best player we've seen so far. We'll take a 3-0 win his first game, then 4-1 against Javi Martinez as well. So I'll tell you what, he's a player to watch. But Griezmann against Satoman, as I said, is what we're going to have coming up next. Let's talk about that game. We have already seen from Satoman, Antoine Griezmann did get a bye in that first round, but Satoman looked good for his win, going up against Rangers, of course, and we have already seen from him. What do we think he can do here against Antoine Griezmann? We know he's a storied PES player.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get it done on the virtual pitch, as he so often does on the normal, in real life pitch. Is that what we're going to call it? The
virtual pitch? The real life pitch?
The real life pitch.
The real pitch? I don't know.
Actual pitch?
I'm sure people will know what we're talking about, but this man right here, Alexis Sortman, did so well in the quarter-finals. In the previous round, the round of 16. We're in the quarter-finals right now, of course, but like you said, saw off Greg Stewart from Rangers very handedly, and again, slightly disappointed for me in Satoman in that he wasn't playing himself. He didn't field himself in the virtual pitch. That's just, for me, disgraceful, and I will constantly hold that against him and constantly bring it up. No doubt we'll be seeing Griezmann feature himself in that awesome front three of FC Barcelona, the attacking front three, of course. But I think Satoman put on a really solid showing, and for me, this is probably one of the toughest matches that Griezmann will face. in the stay-at-home with PES Cup, purely because of how Sir Tormin played in the round of 16. He saw off Greg Stewart, and it was really dominant. It was a really good game. So for me, I'm looking forward to seeing how Antoine Griezmann can translate those tips that he's getting from some of these pro PES players, the likes of Eterito, who he plays with quite consistently, and whether or not he's able to put it into practice, or whether or not the pressure of such a prestigious competition, Chris, might just get to him.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, a man that's been in Champions League finals.
This is nothing like it. This is nothing like it. This means more to Antoine Griezmann than the Champions League final, I can tell you that much.
Well, Antoine Griezmann, let's talk about him. Of course, he will have the advantage of having the Barcelona side. Now, it has to make a difference. It has to be said. Going up against Zenit definitely will have stronger players. That is no doubt. Of course, no stat balancing here with these players not having access to that. So I'm curious. It's going to be a hard game for Sir Tormin, it has to be said. But Antoine Griezmann should be favoured here, you would imagine.
Yes, again, just purely based on the weapons that he has available to him. I mean, Luis Suarez, his own virtual player, Leo Messi, the likes of Busquets in the midfield as well. The entire Barcelona team and eFootball PES 2020 is really, truly stacked. So if Griezmann loses this one, I'm still in the Bayern München Arsenal game here. If Griezmann loses this one, it surely would be quite embarrassing for him, considering that he does play with Eterito often. He has the stronger team on paper. It would take a real performance from his opponent here to steal the game away from him.
It really would. The Frenchman, undoubtedly the favourite for this one. Going to be ready to get into it in just a second. But yeah, it has to be said, Griezmann has to be the favourite going into this game. We will get loaded into it. It is going to be Antoine Griezmann going up against Alexis Sir Tormin.
What I want to know, Chris,
versus Schalke here, Harry,
is where Griezmann plays himself. He is traditionally a left winger, but also plays centrally, also plays on the right. So I'm not too sure. It'll be interesting to see where he prefers to play himself on the virtual pitch, and whether or not that might give us an indication as to where he feels his strengths are on the pitch as well. He's obviously attacking from left to right here in the Barcelona strip, but just keep an eye on that. It looks like he's playing out on that right-hand side.
We'll keep an eye on which way he does go. But maybe the first opportunity straight away here from Malcolm. We said he's going to be up against it maybe, but Jordi Alba just showing the strength of that Barcelona side, getting back in plenty of time as Frankie de Jong will try and get this one away for Griezmann now. Good football here. And the Frenchman will spread it out wide to Arturo Vidal. Look for the pass inside. Antoine Griezmann now inside the box, looking to get it on his left foot or just try and square it across with Lionel Messi. Looking to turn and twist as he so often does, but good defending here by the Schalke man. Backwards and forwards we go. And I tell you what, sloppy defensively from both players is Moon is going to get away here. He's got Malcolm on his right-hand side. Which way does he go with it? Goes for the shots and far too wayward for me there, Harry. Big opportunity there for Sir Tormin.
Yeah, big opening, 10 or so in-game minutes. I mean, only 8 minutes gone. But definitely signs of gameplay to come from both of these men. Both want to play attacking PES, and, well, both have done so here in the opening 7 minutes.
Vidal to Messi now. Choosing to go into Griezmann on his left foot as well. No weapon of choice for both players. Rakitsky will get this one away. Malcolm look for the direct pass once again. We're seeing that similar style of PES coming out of Sir Tormin. Messi now into Griezmann. Now Suarez back to Griezmann, and always trying to combine with that famous front three. Not able to get anything going quite yet if you're Antoine Griezmann, but as Moon will get away here, it's a one-on-one opportunity. Can he bury this one? It's straight at the keeper. And Ter Stegen will happily palm that one away. Big opportunity for the Schalke man there.
Big opportunity, but Griezmann needs to be very careful bringing his defenders out, because Sir Tormin's done well so far. Looks for a pass there into Suarez, I think it was, but Sir Tormin's done very, very well, and just keeping an eye on the defender that Griezmann is controlling, and then just playing a little 1-2 over the top. He might do it again here on this right-hand side, but needs to be careful. Bringing Piqué out there once again leaves a massive hole open in the middle, and it's something that Sir Tormin is looking to exploit.
Rocking now looking for pass inside, but it is going to be Busquets getting on to it. Messi now into Griezmann. Good turn. Griezmann looking for a little bit of room. Is going to find Vidal inside the box now. Passing back into Griezmann. Oh, the keeper's had a nightmare. What's going on there? Absolutely calamity in the Zenit box, and suddenly Griezmann has a lead for Barcelona, 1-0. That is tragic.
Oh dear, oh dear. You know what, Chris? That is a great finish from Vidal. It's got to be said. Tremendous. But those are the types of things that can happen in eFootball, Pez, if you're not careful.
No. Oh, I've just watched it back up. I've got the stream up and I'm seeing your guys' comments. That is a tough. That's a tough goal to concede. If you ask the Tolman, you've got to feel sorry for him. Messi now into Griezmann. Can he add to the pain further? Antoine Griezmann onto his left foot into Luis Suarez. Good save, Lunev. A simple one at that. And he will get this one away, but wow. Big opportunities coming here for Barcelona, and they are really being... I mean, that's a complete gift that they have received to go 1-0 up. And Schalke... Zenit have had their chances. Strange game. Zuba now out to Azmoun. Malcolm. Look for the pass back inside. It's good football on the edge of the box. Malcolm, can he get away? Yes, he can. He's in on goal. What a piece. It has to be said. It is deserved. He's had his opportunities here, has the tournament. Antoine Griezmann. Very much one of the favourites for this tournament. Not necessarily pinned back here, but one apiece is a very, very fair scoreline at the 35-minute mark. Barcelona not any daylight so far.
Bit of fortune for that goal for Settlement. It's one of those, isn't it, where if you concede it, it's so tough and it makes you want to rage. But either way, it allows Settlement right back into this tie. And, well, I was about to say that there are goals in this for Settlement. Certainly, because Griezmann, his defensive style, likes rushing the ball and pressing early. If he controls his central defenders, it's not often you'll see players at a high level of pairs, you know, try and control the central defenders and bring them out in the way that Griezmann is doing. So there are goals in this game for Settlement, and he's coming forward again.
Rocking now. Right hand side is going to get the ball back, and this one will be cleared away by Piqué. Luis Suarez will get this one now to Vidal. Now Messi. Into Antoine Griezmann, and back to Suarez now. Look at the run from Griezmann through the middle. Can he score for himself? Oh, that extra touch wasn't needed. Lunev will get this one away. Big opportunity there once again at the end of the half, though, but it will be one apiece.
Yeah, the sprint and momentum from Griezmann. Just because he's sprinting there, it just takes the touch way too close to the keeper. And well, there's the formation that Griezmann is lining up with. I did wonder where he was playing himself, and it looks like he's in a front two with Luis Suarez. So it's an interesting formation for me. I'm probably going to play Griezmann out wide with Messi on the other side and Luis Suarez down the middle. But Griezmann fancies himself to finish some chances here. We'll see. We'll see if he can get a goal with his virtual self as we see the background of the glorious Nou Camp. I was there a couple of months ago, Chris. It's a beautiful, beautiful stadium.
I've been. I was there. Oh, when was it now? It was actually with eFootball Players, actually. When was it? I don't want to say it was 2015 or 2016. Amazing stadium. 2017, I've been told. It was a great event.
Heard it was quite cold.
It was freezing, mate. We'll not get into it. Adam Butcher's face was burnt or crisp from the heat as well. Oh my God, what an opportunity. What a ball that is by Lionel Messi. Griezmann not able to snap at that one now. Messi looking for the ball over the top now to Luis Suarez. This one should be cleaned up. I feel as if I need to clarify the story of the heater with Adam Butcher's face, but maybe we'll go back to that another time.
I certainly want to hear it.
Vidal here looking to add to his tally. Oh, that looked like maybe a suspicious interjection inside the box, but this one will be cleared away by Settlement. Down the right-hand side now will be Vidal, playing very wide. And the ball in from Messi, not quite enough to squeeze it through. And the Rocket will get this one away for Zenit.
You can see the way that Antoine's playing here. He really wants a goal with his own virtual player. He's constantly playing that one extra pass into his feet. Here he is on the ball once again, but He's looking for it. He's pressuring high as well with his virtual self. And, well, he might actually go into the referee's book here for that challenge. I think the referee's being a little lenient, but certainly wants to he wants to feed himself and he wants to get some goals here, Griezmann.
Messi into Griezmann. Nice back heel and into Messi once again, trying to run away from the defender, but well defended in the end. Lunev will get this one in. Get it away. Smolnikov. Oh, it's a Malcolm who really has been the creator and the finisher. Yeah, if you like, for Zenit. No, not able to get it past Busquets, though. An absolute mountain in the middle of the pitch. Messi to Griezmann, back to Messi, back to Griezmann. It's really, really good football. It's a great save by the Zenit keeper. That one will go up for a corner, but really, really well worked movement there by the Barcelona man. Jordi Alba will play this one short. Oh, will be played short to Jordi Alba from Messi, I should say. Whips this one in towards the back post. Luis Suarez was arriving. This one will be cleared away. Tolman living dangerously here, Harry.
Certainly is. And Griezmann there just whipping the ball into a danger area and banking on Tolman, not dealing with it. Might be doing the same thing here defensively as well. Griezmann needs to deal with this.
Opportunity maybe, but this one will be cleared away. Messi now. Counter-attacking opportunity is on here. Luis Suarez, he is going to get the touch past the defender as well. Can he break free? Does have the pace to do so, but oh, he tries to feed Messi. Can't quite get there. The deadlock's still not broken between these two. It's been one apiece for quite some time now. Good ball in. As Muniz, can he break free? Not quite. Good defensive work by Barcelona once again. Griezmann, good defending and good attacking so far from what we've seen. Suarez holding this one up. The run from Lionel Messi onside as well, looking to feed in. Antoine Griezmann can't quite get there. He's always looking for himself, Harry. You're very, very right.
Again, it's that one extra pass. Messi had, well, he had a bit of space to run into to maybe fashion a shot, but, well, there it is. Griezmann's final warning has been used up. He is into the referee's book, but he's coming forward here once again.
Looking for an opportunity. Suarez is going to turn and in the box. He doesn't miss those. Making sure he's not offside, and it's a really, really well-worked goal in the end. A couple of passes around and just that little bit of room, and as said, in the box, Luis Suarez does not miss. 2-1 to Barcelona, and has to be said, Antoine Griezmann does deserve the lead for his team here.
Yeah, and he has certainly some weapons to choose as well. Looks like he's actually going for a change in formation here. Now he's going to a bit more of a conventional 4-3-3, and, well, the man I was about to highlight, Dembele, brought on. Plenty of pace. We know how speedy he can be. Look out for him on the counter-attacks. It's another element and it's another factor of Griezmann's game that Tolman needs to keep an eye on while trying to, well, force an equaliser in the next 15 or so in-game minutes. Otherwise, he'll be crashing out of the tournament here in the quarterfinals.
Needs to find something, but we have seen opportunities fall his way. Can he find anything concrete to try and get back into this game? It does look like Ousmane Dembele will get away down this left-hand side. The ball into Suarez's paw, but he may have another second bite at it. Dembele down the left, has the pace, has the strength, can't quite get past. That will be a goal kick in the end after he tried to win it back once more. But if you're Alexis Tolman, you need a goal and you need one fast.
Defensively has been pretty solid so far, the man from Moscow, but it's not defence he needs at the moment, Chris. It's goals.
Welcome, combining, good shot. There's going to be Ter Stegen getting in front of that one. Really good football once again. Very, very direct from Tolman. Corner to be whipped in. 81 minutes on the clock. It's a good one into the front post. Not able to find anything. And can Barcelona break here? Dembele not going to be able to quite get there. Malcolm is going to try and receive the ball back. I feel as if he may have been offside there, but a counter-attacking opportunity. Look at the run at the top of your screen. It is going to go back to Dembele. Can he get the touch pass? Yes, he can. A little bit of fortune. Ousmane Dembele through on goal. Could this be 3? Yes, it is. Takes his time. Waits for his opportunity. And finds the back of the net. That should be the game.
Certainly should be. 85th minute, 3-1 up. Griezmann has played solid this entire quarterfinal. He's taken his chances, and he's actually I didn't quite pick up on it when he made the substitution to bring on Dembele, but he subbed himself off. So a selfless player here for Barcelona, Antoine Griezmann, willing to play for the win. And, well, it looks like the win is going to be his.
Doing what needs to be done for the team.
What a challenge.
Massive challenge coming in there from Gerard Piqué. Maybe the extra legs has helped him, and you know what? Ousmane Dembele's got himself a goal for that one, and maybe Luis Suarez is going to find one for himself. Went for the chip to the back post and couldn't quite find the inside of it. It will remain 3-1, but that should be the game. Alexis Satorman has really been put up against the wall here, though, hasn't it? It's been very difficult, but he has had his opportunities. The ones that when he has been able to get out his half, he has been able to carve them. Can he find a consolation goal here? Or maybe time to try and find another? That's going to be 3-2 now. Zayuba will get one, but surely Griezmann shuts up shop. Nearly gives it away in the middle of the pitch there, but that's 2 minutes gone. The referee will signal for a throw-in on Barcelona's side of things, but a really good, potentially just consolation goal. Dembele now down this left-hand side will end the game. Zayuba was just a little bit too late, as was Alexis Satorman. Antoine Griezmann will advance through to the semi-final, where he will play Bernd Leno.
Well, thank you very much to Alexis Satorman for playing. He did so well in the round of 16, of course, controlling Zenit St. Petersburg, going up against the team with the ratings of FC Barcelona is always going to be a bit of an uphill struggle, but he made a good account of himself, scoring 2 goals, only losing by 1 in the end. And of course, had that win to brag to his teammates about in the quarterfinals. The round of 16 against Glasgow Rangers. So a very good showing from him, and unfortunately just hit a bit of a brick wall when it came up against a player of the caliber of Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah, that'll do it. Let's have a look at the bracket to see how that now lies. And our first semi-final has been filled. Griezmann against Bernd Leno, so Barcelona against Arsenal will be the first one. And then the second, we're yet to decide. Esposito against McTominay is coming up next. And of course, we will see Pjanic against Bujaleb coming up after that. But it's going to be now Inter Milan going up against Manchester United. Scott McTominay against Sebastian Esposito. Should be a good game, this one. Two youngsters who, typically I would like to say that I feel as if, gaming favours the youngsters. This is me speaking from experience because I've got worse as times went on. But Esposito against McTominay, as said, this should hopefully be a good game. Two players in their prime gaming years, if you like, and well, maybe not their prime footballing years yet. Plenty of time to grow. Look, exciting players, but two very big clubs going up against each other here once again.
Yes, Sebastiano Esposito, just 17 years old. Obviously playing for Inter Milan, a product of Inter Youth since 2014, plays for the Italy under-19 national side. And like you said, 17 years old, that's the perfect age to be gaming. Has to balance, obviously, his professional career as well. But I fancy Esposito here. He's obviously, around the time of prime gaming years, also has that, Inter Milan roots. He's come up through the youth system, knows the team, knows the first team, has 1 goal in 5 appearances in the Italian league as well for Inter Milan. So he's going to know the players around him. He's going to know the weapons that he has, as no doubt all the professional players will here in the Stay at Home with Pez Cup. But you just fancy Esposito, given the age difference here. I believe McTominay is a couple of years his elder. So you're right, this should be a fun one, and 2 young guns going up against each other.
Well, we are nearly ready to get into it, but let's cover Scott McTominay as well. Man from Manchester United, just breaking into the first team over the past season or so. Will want to try and get a win for his club here. As I said, though, 2 young guns going up against each other. Definitely 2 to watch throughout the rest of the tournament. Whoever does come out on top of this one, I should say. But interesting. Let's see if either of these 2 have it, what it takes on the virtual pitch. I said it, for us, it's difficult, isn't it? Because outside of Antoine Griezmann, we obviously don't know of too many who plays a lot. But right now, so far, it is actually Bernd Leno that's impressed me the most. I think he looked really good before in his game.
Surprising, isn't it? Because you don't think about goalkeepers being attacking minded, or
as if it would have any difference.
attacking thinking players. But but Leno's really been the surprise package so far. But coming back to this match, Esposito versus McTominay. McTominay actually 23 years old now, so he's getting on a bit. I know.
Why have I got it in my head that he's like dead young?
Well, this is it. He is a graduate of the Manchester United Youth Academy, and Manchester United, of course, official partners of eFootball PES 2020. McTominay being one of the cover stars. Again, no stat balancing here, but I'll be surprised if McTominay, or McSauce, as the Manchester United fans lovingly call him, isn't starting himself here. I mean, he's one of the cover stars of the game. He better be in the starting 11. 23 years old, though. I mean, again, you think back to McTominay. He debuted back in 2017, obviously just 20 years old at that time. He's getting on a bit now, 23 years old. I mean, me sitting here
say that.
approaching 26 and you approaching 30 very quickly.
Hold on, how old are you?
But he's certainly not the youngster that we thought he was.
I can't believe we're lynching me for nearly turning 30. I'm sure you're literally a year younger than me.
No comment.
Oh, God. Anyway, into it. It is going to be Manchester United against Inter Milan. It will be Esposito against McTominay, and Esposito's going to have a chance straight off the rip here. And I tell you what, 3 minutes in, and he's buried it. Fantastic goal there by Lautaro Martinez. 1-0. And immediately punishing Manchester United for giving the ball away. The Inter Milan man is up.
Yes, the Argentine scoring for Esposito. I don't think he's in the starting 11. The striker, I believe, for Inter Milan. Wonder if he'll make a substitute appearance later on. But, it's a nightmare start for McTominay. We'll see if he can come back from it.
Good ball out to Luke Shaw, though. Look for the ball back inside to Martial, but well defending. Barella will try to get this one away. Matic has won this one back, though. Ball inside to Martial, looking to get it onto his right foot. Will pass it back to Paul Pogba. Over the pass inside, can't find it. Offside. So plenty of attacking intent from both players here. That's very, very close to Marcus Rashford, but received the ball and couldn't continue with it. But a good start here for Sebastiano Esposito.
Chris, I'm disappointed, and I'll tell you why. It's because neither McTominay nor Esposito are playing their virtual selves in the first 11. Where's the confidence here, eh? Where is the confidence? You've got to believe in yourself. This is your chance to really make a name for yourself.
This is your chance, yes.
This is your moment. You're on the grand stage. Why not? Just stick yourself up front. I don't care if you're Bernd Leno or if you're an actual striker. Put yourself up top. Try and get some goals.
That will be my ultimate disappointment if Bernd Leno doesn't at least... If there's a penalty and he doesn't put himself on it, I will be disappointed alongside all the Arsenal fans I can imagine. But here we go. Romelu Lukaku against his former side. Is able to bundle his way through somewhat. Barella back to Lukaku onto his left foot. Always getting in the way of that one was Harry Maguire. And a potential counter-attacking opportunity here. Martial does have Rashford running in front of him, and he has the pace to burn. Down this right-hand side, Marcus Rashford will square it back. It is going to be Bruno Fernandes to try and make it a one-apiece. Not able to cancel it, though. And that one will be cleared away. Candreva will get away, but that's a massive opportunity for Manchester United. They continue, though. Wan-Bissaka. Great ball into Martial. Rashford surely this time. Oh, it's wayward. A really, really huge bunch of opportunities coming yet for Manchester United. They're not able to take either one of them through Scott McTominay.
Yeah, McTominay just getting too fancy with it. Manchester United's number 39. I mean, sure, he's on the bench there. You can see him sitting there, 80 rated. I suppose when you have the likes of Nemanja Matic, you have Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, you're probably going to use them. But, I mean, come on. You've got to play yourself.
You can argue against Sebastiano Esposito. He's sitting at a 71 rating.
Yeah. He's still on the subs bench. You can still bring him on. This is a friendly, and if we go to extra time, you have that fourth sub. But I don't think I'm ever not going to be disappointed when players don't choose themselves for the starting 11. I mean, that just, for me, screams lack of confidence.
Martial now. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Will give it into the feet of Marcus Rashford, trying to turn and shoot, but easily dealt with by the Inter Milan side now. Javi Martinez down this left-hand side. Lautaro Martinez, I should say. Sorry, Javi Martinez was before. Candreva now powering through the middle of the pitch. Can he find a second great save by David De Gea? This one will now be cleared away. Luke Shaw will just about get there, but living dangerously, giving it away to Romelu Lukaku with a cracking sliding challenge. Candreva now once again. Barella can't find the pass, but once again, it's still being put on, this pressure from Inter Milan. Victor Moses now towards the back post to Lautaro Martinez once again. Not able to quite get that. And this one will be cleared away this time. But as said, Manchester United living dangerously here. Inter Milan with plenty of pressure. McTominay trying to get this one away. Martial. It's a ball that there's just nobody on the end of it whatsoever. And De Vrij will get this one away via Moses. Inter Milan definitely looking the better side so far. They took advantage of that mistake early on. And Christian Eriksen can maybe try and get something going here for his team. Brozovic now. Look at it, just try and find a pass. A very deep line here from McTominay. Martinez into Candreva. It's another good move. Oh, looking for the fake pass, a fake shot inside, but can't quite find it. Wan-Bissaka will clear this one away. Plenty of possession for the Italian side here.
Yeah, Esposito looks really, really good for it as well. Only 51%, but in the last 10 or so in-game minutes, the territory and the pressure in the final third for Inter Milan. I mean, the only real chances that McTominay's had is from mistakes and on counter-attacks such as these.
Oh, good opportunity, Rashford inside to Martial. It's a really well-worked goal, but he is offside by the looks of things.
It's not even gone in, has it, Chris?
Has it not? I thought that went in. My eyes deceived me.
I mean, I didn't have the best view of it, but it's gone out for a goal kick. I think it's just struck the side netting. But that really should have been a goal.
Here. It should have been. Martial to Rashford once again. Doesn't miss this time. There we go. One apiece. The Frenchman makes sure this time, and Manchester United get their goal. They have been knocking on the door through Scott McTominay, but Inter Milan will be ruined there. Missed opportunities with the possession they have had. It's a really, really good little knockdown by Marcus Rashford, and Martial with a fantastic finish. One apiece now.
It's a great finish from Martial, and I'll tell you why, Chris, because two of the Inter Milan defenders were closing the door very, very rapidly, so had to get that shot away instantly. Did so and scored.
David De Gea able to get his hands on that one fairly easily. We'll clear this one out now. And Matic will find the ball. Plenty of room here for the strikers to play it between themselves, but that's maybe a little bit of a wayward pass. Now Rashford, I think he thought he was in control of Martial, looking to send Rashford there. Not able to happen. We're coming towards the end of the first half here though, Harry, and even game, to be honest with you. You know, I would like to say that Esposito has looked good when he has had the ball in the final third, but his defensive work has been questionable. Oh, just like that. Marcus Rashford, he was through, didn't have the chance to cancel, but the shot's going to come in from Martial, and that is ambitious to say the least.
If that has some dip on it, we're looking at goal of the tournament. But it just kept rising. Kept rising and rising. And I think actually it's just fallen in my back garden. Let me go and check out the window. But yeah, I suppose you could say an even half. For me, I still fancy Esposito here, based on the fact that McTominay is only fashioning chances really from Esposito mistakes. And when he does have the ball in midfield and has possession, he's just trying to do too much. I mean, we saw a couple of times when Rashford, the likes of Rashford and Martial were through on goal. He's trying to just play the extra pass instead of taking the risk, going for the shot on goal. I want to see him take some more risks, and maybe he'll find some more success here in the second half. But Esposito has been certainly very good for his money, and I'm hoping to see more goals from both players, really, in this second half.
He has enjoyed a lot of possession with Candreva in the middle of the park here, but he will concede it that time round. Sure. Finds the pass in to Martial. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Really good work between these three. Isn't able to get it done, though. Good defending once again by the Inter Milan man. Not able to get through the brick wall at the Inter side. Lautaro Martinez now will send Barella down this right-hand side. He is past Luke Shaw. Can he find the pass inside? Gets to the byline, looks to the cross. Lukaku can't quite get that. Is De Gea going to be able to? Just about. Oh, he's going to give it away, though. Lautaro Martinez once again for a big opportunity. This will be cleared away. Living dangerously if you're Scott McTominay, and the only opportunities Inter Milan have had clear-cut have come from mistakes from the Manchester United man.
Well, there's mistakes on both sides of the ball. And McTominay living very dangerously.
Oh, Martinez trying to get through that.
It just needs to be a bit more precise, doesn't it, Chris? We haven't seen the quality of Pez in this matchup here in our third quarter-final that we've seen in previous ones.
Eriksen on the edge of the box, can't get anything going. Wan-Bissaka to try and get this one away. Down the right-hand side he goes, Rashford. Not able to get that. That ball will be put out of play.
Well, if you want to feel very, very old, Chris, Esposito was born in 2002.
Oh my God.
2002. And he's a professional footballer.
I feel sick. That is despicable. I am so old. Anyway, Barella. It's going to maybe try and find its way through to Lukaku and Luke Shaw will turn with it in the box. Composed at least. Englishman. And out now to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Using his pace to get down the line. Pass not quite there for him, no.
Yeah, second time in a row he's gone for that pass down to Rashford, and he just needs to know his personnel here a little bit more, Scott McTominay. He's trying to play through balls down the line, which, yes, maybe should be accurate from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but the passing stats need to be a little higher, and that's a good tackle high up the pitch. Might have a chance here.
Rashford. Space in front of him as well. Bruno Fernandes now goes for the shot. Handanovic able to just get his body in front of that one. And we'll be able to clear it away. Brozovic now in the middle to Barella. Maybe substitutions to be made very, very shortly.
It's McSauce time.
It has to be. Victor Moses now getting away down this right-hand side. Plenty of pace to burn on his side of things, and Lukaku in the middle is a threat. Eric Bailly will get in the way as well. Matic. Luke Shaw really has been run into the ground by the wing plate from Inter Milan. 70 minutes gone though. Not able to separate these two. I'll tell you what though, you can't be giving it away there. Victor Moses once again looking for the cross. Is there anybody there? It's going to come back to Lautaro Martinez, but is actually going to land to his feet in the box. David De Gea will grasp it, but wow, that was a big opportunity once again. Barella now trying to get the ball working here for Inter Milan, but can't. They will retain it. The bridge now. Well, passing out to Victor Moses. A lot of work down this right-hand side from Inter Milan. Moses quite happy to use his pace to move inside. Lukaku. Back to him through Moses once again, trying to get on his left foot, but Moses will retain. Brozovic. Needs Romelu Lukaku to get on his feet. That ball bounced through to Martinez, not quite. Paul Pogba will get this one away.
Both players need to be thinking about substitutes here. This game is just screaming out for an injection of pace.
Oh, I tell you what though, Martinez is going to have a big opportunity to hit. Wise to it. Matic will play this one away to Wan-Bissaka. We'll just actually manage to get the ball up too. Marcus Rashford and then to Martial. Shaw looking for the run down the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes is trying to play him in, but Luke Shaw now after moving forward is dead on his feet, but will get the ball back here. Manchester United. Rashford into Martial. 85th minute. This is a big opportunity in the dying embers of the game, if you like. Rashford is going to swear it to Bruno Fernandes, who can't quite get there. And this will be an opportunity now for Inter Milan to get it away. Candreva can't quite get it there. Plenty of pressure going on from Manchester United. And Scott McTominay in the middle. Passing to Martial. Oh, he feeds it out wide. You felt as if Bruno Fernandes was the ball. But opportunities coming for both teams here as plenty of players exhausted. Eriksen now to Brozovic. Maybe a big opportunity coming here for the Inter Milan side. The ball into Lukaku. Good save to here. Manchester United will get this one away. McTominay living dangerously. No extra time added. And we will be going into extra time. One apiece after 90 minutes.
Well, what a frantic final 10 or so in-game minutes. We can see the stats there briefly. But neither side, it looks like, you're looking for some substitutions. Finally, Esposito decides to explore some of his options. At this point, you've got to bring yourself on, don't you? Is he going for it? Nope. Alexis Sanchez thought about it there as well. Come on. What's going on here? You got to play yourself. I know I keep going on about it, but you have the chance to play yourself in the virtual form.
Imagine the glory. Imagine the glory.
It's just, if you don't at least bring yourself on for, you know, the penalty shootout, then something is dreadfully wrong.
I did notice Marcus Rashford was off as well for the Manchester United side. Not replaced by Scott McTominay. Well, replaced by Scott McTominay, but you know what I meant. Either way, Jesse Lingard now on for Manchester United. Lautaro Martinez off for Alexis Sanchez up against his former club. Eriksen off as well for Inter Milan. Asamoah on for Ashley... replacing Ashley Young, I should say. Martial not going to be able to get there against Skriniar, but Handanovic will get this one away. Igalo on for Manchester United, so plenty of subs being there. It is.
There we go.
McTominay on for Matic. Maybe he can be the one that gets it done for his team.
That's what we like to see. That's the spirit of the Stay at Home with Pez Cup trickling through there from Scott McTominay.
Kandravat shrugging off Igalo. Some more, good ball inside to Kandravat. Sanchez against his old team, can't quite get it done, gets clattered in the middle of the pitch as well.
I think this one's going the other way. You can see here, I think Harry Maguire, the focus of the replay, that means he's the one who's been fouled. And that will be a bit of a let-off from Scott McTominay. Bit of pressure there from Esposito from Inter Milan. And, well, he's been muscled off the ball there once again. That's a bit of a soft one for me, ref. He's clearly not happy to let them play. He wants to be in charge of this game. And I honestly can't call which way this one's going because McTominay's had his chances. If I had to pick one, it's probably going to go to McTominay purely because he's the only one who had the guts to sub himself on. So we'll have to see if it goes that way in the end.
Proxy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sanchez will play this out to Sensi now. Sanchez has made a good run here as well. He's been played onside. He's going to sting the palms of David De Gea. But Barella retrieves it. Luke Shaw not able to get it away, and this one will be put up for a corner. Do you believe that's by McTominay as well, making that a final challenge? But now an opportunity from the corner. Probably Lukaku to whip this one in towards the front post. It's not going to get there. It's just about over. I think it was from Sanchez in the end. He's got a leap on him, the Chilean. Not troubling David De Gea just about. 102 minutes gone here. Who can try and find a goal to separate these two teams? McTominay, pass inside to Igalo. Martial, trying to turn. Igalo's back here as well. Into Paul Pogba, out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's dead on his feet, but it's a cracking ball in!
Oh.
It's off the side of the post. A big opportunity for Manchester United at the end of the first half of extra time. Not able to get it done, but it's very, very close between these two. Chances at either end, Harry.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sequence there from McTominay. And again, just cannot call which way this one is going.
Can Inter Milan get anything going here? They were pinned in at the end there, and they are actually going to give this one away. McTominay forward to Martial, to Jesse Lingard, to Carlo, who's turning the wrong way. Asamoah will belt this one clear towards Romelu Lukaku, who will get the knockdown there, but can't quite retrieve it. Manchester United putting the pressure on. Great ball by McTominay. Wan-Bissaka won't find Igalo, and this one should be Inter Milan's ball, but they've given it away once again. Or have they? Sensi now will get going down this left-hand side. On his bike. Looking for the pass inside. Oh, he's not going to find anything with that. Wan-Bissaka will easily clear this one away. Ambitious pass into the middle, but here we go. Lukaku, it's a great back heel. Sanchez can't quite get there before De Gea. You have to clear it away if you're Manchester United. Lingard down. Potential counter-attacking opportunity. Igalo can't quite get there, but back and forth here, Harry.
He really is. Both of these players pushing till the very end to try and get a goal-scoring opportunity. I thought that was the moment that maybe Esposito stole it away, but, well, he has another chance here with Sanchez.
Sanchez against his old club. Really, really good tackle by Maguire. Can't find anything in the middle, though, Manchester United. Lukaku now turning towards the goal. Eric Bailly will just about out-muscle him. Paul Pogba will get this one away. We're approaching 120 minutes. This will be devastating time to concede, but we go to penalties, Harry.
Well, I'm hoping McTominay is featuring in the shootout, the virtual version, that is, purely because I just want to see the scenes if he scores the winning penalty. The McTominay household surely will be just rocking. You can see him there. He's already selected fourth. That's the default penalty choices. You can see the penalty ratings on both sides. Not really any standout performers apart from for Inter Milan, Lukaku, and obviously Paul Pogba on the Manchester United end. You do have Martial with an 82 rated penalty stat as well, but neither have really strong lineups for a penalty shootout.
Well, here we go. It will be Alexis Sanchez to hit the first one for Inter Milan. A slow run up. Which way does he go? Left-hand side. Buries it.
Good penalty. McTominay trying to play mind games there with David De Gea just waving his arms around. It didn't work though.
Will be Anthony Martial. Take the one for Manchester United. Same way in. Handanovic. Now he gets there, but he will squeeze it in. Now Romelu Lukaku. Against his former club as well. Straight down the middle. 2-1 in and out.
Very gutsy. Going down the middle.
Igalo to take one for Manchester United. Top left corner once again. 2-2.
It's just a seesaw here of pressure. If you miss one, the pressure's on you.
Candreva for Inter Milan now. Bottom right corner. Clinical from every single player who's stepped up so far.
So that seesaw swings right back into the favour of McTominay. It's all pressure on him now.
Will be Lingard to take this one. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Could be that the turning moment in this penalty shootout. Brozovic to take one for Inter. This will be a big goal. He sends the keeper the wrong way. 4-2 now. Manchester United must score both their penalties. We're going to need to see a save by David De Gea. Scott McTominay to take the penalty to potentially keep
no.
Manchester United in this one. Or potentially send them out of the tournament. McTominay buries it. Thank God.
He never would have lived that one down.
4-3. David De Gea must save this. Oh, Esposito will be heading through for Inter Milan. The penalty be taken. David De Gea must save it. He goes the wrong way, but it hits the post. It's 4-4. He had to score. It could potentially be 4-4 now as Paul Pogba walks up to take his penalty.
Well, he is the highest rated penalty taker for Manchester United. Look out for the run-up.
Oh, he saved it! The final penalty, and Esposito will get it done for Inter Milan. What a save by Handanovic. The penalty shootout goes all the way to the fifth one, and Sebastiano Esposito will walk away as the winner of his game and will go on into the semi-final.
I'm just so glad for Scott McTominay he didn't miss with his own player.
Oh, God.
That could have been an absolute calamity. He would have just gotten a tirade of abuse for that, definitely. But congratulations to Sebastiano Esposito. He will advance to the semi-finals, of course. A game for me that lacked a little bit of quality. I worry for Esposito going into the semi-finals, but it was still a fun one to watch based on how many chances there were for both sides. But again, I just worry a little bit for Sebastiano. Got it out in the end in the semi-final purely because, again, it was just lacking that little bit of cutting-edge quality in the final third and even in the build-up as well. So we'll have to see how his tournament progresses into the semi-finals.
Well, let's have a look at the bracket to see how things have developed so far. After three quarterfinals, I should say, we have our three semi-finalists. We've got the final one coming up very shortly. Milan Pjanic from Juventus going up against the Schalke man, Bujulib. And that game will be coming up next. But things are hotting up here, Harry. Only a few more games remaining. One final quarterfinal. Very excited for this one. But we are going to go for a very quick break. We've got the final quarterfinal coming up just after this. Welcome back to the Stay at Home with Pez tournament. My name is Tony and I'm here with Wonderbyte once again. Very, very excited for this one. We're into the final quarter-final here, Harry. And things have been heating up. A lot of players playing some great Pez, some playing some maybe mediocre at best, if we're going to argue it. So hopefully we'll see some quality heat up here. But we are going to see one player that we already have seen in Nassim Bouzheleb from Schalke, going up against somebody we haven't seen, who is Milan Pjanic from Juventus. Excited for this one.
Yeah, very excited. We'll start with Nassim Bouzheleb, who we've already spoken about earlier on. Plays for Schalke 04, representing Schalke here in the Stay at Home with Pez Cup. He was born in Hagen, Germany, represents Morocco internationally, was brought up through the Schalke youth system from the under-16s. And so far here at the Stay at Home with Pez Cup, he's already bested Celtic FC's Eduard in the previous round. So had to go through almost a preliminary round in the round of 16, but he's here in the quarterfinals. And he honestly put up a really good showing for himself. He's being coached by eFootball Pro player Mehrab, also known as Merriman, who also represents Schalke 04. So he's got the brains behind him. He just has to put them into practice on the virtual pitch here in this quarterfinal.
He was good money for his victory up against the Celtic man before, so let's see if he can get it done against Milan Pjanic. Of course, we haven't seen anything from Pjanic yet, so trying to get a gauge on how he will do in this game, but if he's anything like he is on the actual pitch, then this is going to be a very difficult game. But something to point out as well, of course, no stat balancing here, so Juventus definitely going to have the advantage in terms of the actual team, Harry.
Yeah, of course. Miralem Pjanic, Juventus's number 5, 30 years old, holding midfielder. If you don't know, you really should know this guy by now. Represents Bosnia and Herzegovina in the national. Baller. Yeah, he really is a baller. One of my favourites. Reminds me a similar sort of archetype of Pirlo. That sort of holding midfielder, can spray a pass wherever. And since arriving from Roma in 2016, he's featured in 167 games for Juventus. So he's really put a shift in for this club, and now he's going to have to put a shift in the virtual sense as well. Should be fun to see how he plays. Again, a holding midfielder. We'll see how that changes things tactically. I know you can say it doesn't matter what position you play. We've seen Bernd Leno, a goalkeeper, be really, really precise attacking-wise, but just anything I can grasp upon here, I'm going to try and cling to and see if it comes through on the pitch.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Usually we're used to having, players that we know plenty about. We've got past results, etc., but it's completely everything thrown out the window for us in this one. It's just a case of let's watch the game and see. But obviously as the tournament will go on, we'll start to develop our favourites. I've already got in mind to see who goes on. But right now, let's concentrate on this one. It is going to be Nassim Bouzheleb going up against Milan Pjanic in this quarterfinal. The final quarterfinal, then we will get into the semis, of course. It's been a great night of eFootball PES 2020 in the Stay Home with Pez Cup. Yeah. Professional football players trying their hand, quite literally, at Pro Evolution. And let's see who can advance through in the final semi-final slot.
This is a really tough game for Pjanic to start his Stay at Home with Pez campaign against, because granted, you say he has the ratings advantage with the likes of Cuadrado. He has Cristiano Ronaldo, who was just dispossessed. Paulo Dybala, himself, Pjanic in the game. Schalke don't have those kind of high-rated players. Certainly not comparable to Juventus. But you have to think Bouzheleb has already won in the round of 16. He's already got his campaign off to a winning start. He's already also, I should say, has the coaching of Merriman. There's a chance here for Pjanic. This is a really tough game for Pjanic. He needs to really keep his wits about him and keep his concentration levels high.
Oh, it's actually just got a hold of the ball there. Cristiano Ronaldo will find Douglas Costa first. Big opportunity, and that's Dybala on his right foot. On his left, that maybe goes in the top corner. The weak foot there, not able to do the damage for Pjanic. First big opportunity falls to Juventus, though.
And I must say, Dybala is one of my favourite players to use in my club. It just, every time I get the ball to his feet, I feel like doing the double touch, and I can't resist doing it. It just seems to be more effective with him than other players that I've tried it with. This one will be brought back for a foul on Bouzheleb, I believe, so a Schalke free kick. But look out for Dybala supplementing the attack with Cristiano Ronaldo for Milan Pjanic here. again, we can't understate this ratings and statistical advantages going in Pjanic's favour, but the things outside of the game and the advice that Merriman will be bringing to Bujaleb will surely make a difference and might negate some of those statistical advantages going against him.
A little bit of possession here for Schalke. Sane now to McKennie. He's going to be starting for his team this time around. Didn't last time, and choosing to go with him from the off here is Bujaleb. Caligari will get a hold of this around 15 minutes gone. Bujaleb using his own player once again. Neymar not able to find anything there with Harrington. A counter-attacking opportunity potentially here. Douglas Costa. Pacey is an understatement. Trying to push forward. Dybala now on this right-hand side looking to maybe cut in. The cross, not good enough. Harry will get a hold of this one and maybe set up a counter-attacking opportunity, but maybe lingering on the ball a little bit too much there. Rahman will get a hold of it. McKennie now in the middle of the park will send it out to Bujaleb.
Yeah, chance to attack down this near side, and Harriet, who's on the ball at the moment, will again be a focal point for Bujaleb to try and exploit. He ghosts into those positions that really helps his team out, and it's really clinical. You just watch his movement off the ball as a ball is swung in here. Harriet makes some really key runs, and thanks to his traits, is able to get into positions that other players don't. So he will be a player that surely Bujaleb will look to try and abuse and really help him try and win this match.
Cristiano Ronaldo turning inside, getting the better of his man as he so often does, onto his left and in, and Sane will get in front of that one. Out for a corner to Juventus yet. Whipped in. Gonna head it down actually defensively. Nobel will get onto this one. We'll fire it forward. Caligari now. Inside to McKennie and then to Harriet. Oh, can't find the pass there though. Pjanic now will distribute this towards Cristiano Ronaldo, who's getting plenty of time on the ball here. Stambouli will get a hold of it, and Bergstaller will get this one away. But Schalke got defending well. Bujaleb doesn't seem too starstruck, if you like, in this one. Rahman now. Back to Harriet. The run from Rahman is good. Bergstaller in the middle as well. Not able to get a hold of it, though, and it's good defending once again. And both teams holding on quite well here. Ronaldo not able to get to this one. 33 minutes gone. Still nil apiece.
Yeah, no real attacking chances from either side so far. It's been quite an attritional affair. We'll have to see who is the first to really fashion that chance that should be converted into a goal, and we'll see where we go from there.
Cristiano Ronaldo now. Seemingly the catalyst for his team, which is no surprise. Oh, Stambouli has to be careful with the ball there as Bujaleb will get this one away down this right-hand side. It's a decent knock to Caligari, who will get the pass inside to Harriet, and it's a good ball through the minute to Bergstaller, who is just offside. Good line held by Juventus Cuadrado in the right back role as he's developed into. Just getting in the way of that one.
You saw Bergstaller try and hold his run, but it was just a little bit too late. But Schalke can come again here.
Decent ball in. The pass for Bergstaller was on a lot earlier there through the middle. Look at the run from Douglas Costa as Cristiano Ronaldo has the ball. Good defensive interception. Sane will get this one to Stambouli, and Bujaleb will try and get this one away. Caligari and Harriet combining. Not that well in the end. McKennie's going to have to try and get back as Cristiano Ronaldo is once again released down this left-hand side. Stambouli getting the better of him the majority of the time here though, Harry.
Yeah, both players really just almost negating what the other is trying so far. Thinking about the long game, it might just come down to the substitutions that Bujaleb makes. He does have Katuchu to look forward to.
Rahman is actually going to get past here. Good save by Szczesny, and Bergstaller will just about get a hold of it, but that will be the end of the half as he runs it out to play. Nil apiece here, and a game full of not very many chances between these two.
No,
Nobody able to get the better of each other here.
Yeah, it was less wide open, wasn't it, than the games we've seen previous. It's, neither player wants to bring dishonour upon their football clubs, and I think that's maybe why we are seeing such a closely contested and closely fought affair here. Some people might call it boring. I don't. I think it's quite fascinating to see how both these players are going to try and break the other down. It might just take an individual bit of brilliance from a single player. You look at the likes of Dybala and Ronaldo on the Juventus side and the likes of Harit for Schalke. We'll see who's the man to step up.
Bergstaller not able to get on the ball there. Good defending by Juventus. Douglas Costa not able to get away, but eventually he will. Sane shrugs him off. Powerful at the back. McKennie will be the one to try and get this one away through Bujaleb. Caligiuri now look for that one-touch pass inside, not able to find it. And once again, Juventus will break. Has to be said that, Schalke haven't found any clean opportunities so far. It seems to be rushed a little bit from Bujaleb.
Yeah, you think back to the round of 16 against Celtic, there were plenty of chances, weren't there? It's been a completely different story here against Pjanic, and he's defended well, Pjanic, and it's something that Bujaleb is struggling to break down.
Harit now doesn't have any walls in front of Pjanic. Really good defending, figuratively speaking, from both himself and his player in game. Ronaldo does have support from Alexandro down this left-hand side. Dybala now up to Sandro. Really well worked. The Brazilian will get the ball in. It's well defended though, and Harit will have to get this one away through Sane and then Stambouli. But calm defensive possession play here from Schalke. Kabak now. Playing on the left, but has been playing at centre-back for his team. Nubel out to Nastasic, and McKennie maybe the one to get this one out. Need to see some clear-cut opportunities for one of these players soon. Kabak again. Ramen. Pass inside is on. Plenty of men back for Juventus, and the counter-attack is what they're going with. Cristiano Ronaldo will win the ball in the middle of the park. It's not a great ball out, though. Douglas Costa will not get there. Kabak will deal with this, and Stambouli will get it away for Schalke.
Subs time approaching, that magical 70th minute. That's where you start to see the players with the super sub trait really come into their own, and something that both players need to be very mindful of. The throw-in's taken quickly, so no pause queued up just yet. Both players clearly happy to try and break the other down with the 11 on the pitch as it is. I'm not sure if that will be anything that actually happens here in the full 90. It might just take one of those super subs to come in.
And Ramsey now not able to find anything. Living dangerously if you're Bujaleb at the back, but Caligiuri will get this one away. He's not able to send Bergstaller here. 70th minute gone. Now the team able to create any clean opportunities. Ramen, though, will send Harit. Maybe he can get away from Cuadrado here. Yes, he can. The Moroccan marauding into the box. Not going to happen there. Ramsey, though, in the way of the Welshman. Does have a run in front of him as well, but good defensive work by the Schalke squad. Although they're going to give it away here. Douglas Costa looking to punish the mistake. Cutting inside onto his left foot as well. Good save. Bujaleb will be able to get this one away for his team, but that's the first big opportunity, you think?
Yeah, first real big one, and one maybe that should have been put away by Douglas Costa. He's coming forward once again, but cleared by Bujaleb. You can tell Bujaleb is putting a lot of faith in this man right here, Amine Harit. Obviously, teammates for the Moroccan national team. Good friends, no doubt, for Schalke and Alfira as well, but it might just be subs time. I'm feeling like a pause needs to come in here soon for Bujaleb, and right on cue, it's time to introduce the likes of Merchan he could bring on maybe. Katuchu, who I mentioned earlier. We'll have to see again who is going to be the difference maker here. It was Matondo and Katuchu, the duo in the round of 16 against Celtic, that made the difference, with Amine Harit staying on and scoring the eventual winning goal. So we'll see what kind of tactics Bujaleb goes for here. Looks like Katuchu coming on once again, and he's thinking about maybe bringing on a third substitution.
Well, these subs coming in.
Well, he's brought Harit off. That's a surprise for me, Chris. It's a player that has really been working out for Bujaleb. We'll see if this risk pays off, because Harit has been, well, he's been one of the hardest working players on the pitch for Schalke, and is one of their deadliest weapons as well.
Ball in here. He's going to be forcing a corner for Schalke now. 79 minutes gone. A goal here would really give that team an opportunity to walk away as winners here. Sedar's going to whip this one in towards the middle of the 18-yard box, but Kabak will retrieve it. McKennie Shot now, can't find the pass. Dybala intercepting, and Cristiano Ronaldo will get this one away. He'll try and stretch his legs to try and bundle past, his strength being used fantastically. Portuguese man not able to get away from a third man, no. Given away, 82 minutes gone. Retrieved by Schalke now. Shop not able to do anything, given away. Blaise Matuidi, then giving it away to Shop. Exchanging possession in the middle of the park. Katucci will get there here though for Schalke. The run from Caligari is fantastic. Can he get there though? Alexandro far too fast. Will just about get there. Nelly gives it away, but this one will be cleared. He will give it away. Rahman, Katucci, huge chance here for Schalke. Pass out to Caligari, Katucci in the box! 87 minutes gone, and that's how long it took for Boujalev for Schalke to get a massive opportunity, and he takes this one. Nobody home for Juventus. He gives it away here, Milan Pjanic, and that's a hard way to go behind in the 88th minute now. Surely it's the game to lose now for Boujalev and Schalke.
Katucci, this super sub once again. The Turkish international has surely now won it for Schalke, barring a massive mistake from Boujalev. What a time to get a goal. Katucci and Boujalev will advance to the semi-finals. It was one of few chances that Boujalev actually had. Yeah. And he put it away fantastically well. So credit to him, a stroke of brilliance. Still questioning whether or not Harit was the substitution that I would have made. I don't think I would have substituted Amine Harit, but either way, it's worked out for Boujalev. Katucci, the other sub that was brought on, has stuck it in the back of the net in the 87th minute. Brilliant time to get a winner, and that will advance Schalke 04 into the semi-finals.
And what a time to get that winner in the end. Now let's have a look at the bracket to see how our semi-finals will eventually be filled in. It will be Antoine Griezmann and Bernd Leno. In the second semi-final, we are going to see Esposito going up against Boujalev first. But one of these four will be crowned the winner here at the Stay Home with Pez tournament. Here on this beautiful Sunday. What better way to fill in your time? But 3 more games to go in this one. I said Esposito against Boujalev will be coming up next. Interested to see that one. Honestly, Boujalev's been playing really, really well. May not have got many opportunities in that previous game, but taking them when he can. Very, very composed to finish that one off. And Esposito had a very tough game against McTominay as well, so this should be an interesting one. But Harry will start talking about this game. I have to say, I feel like Boujalev's my favourite for this one.
Yeah, I think I would say so. I'm not sure that we saw enough out of Sebastiano Esposito in that game against McTominay.
Maybe recency bias has maybe taken over me, but at the same time, we didn't see much from Esposito. No,
it was just a very, very cagey game. I don't think we saw the best out of either Esposito or McTominay in that quarter-final clash. But either way, here is the 17-year-old striker, number 30 for Inter Milan, of course. Only 1 goal in 5 appearances in the Italian league, but has been a product of the Inter youth system since 2014. He now has a chance to really make a name for himself at the club and be one of the first virtual champions for Inter Milan. Of course, he has to get past his adversary here first.
Yeah, plenty still to do, but a spot in the final is what's on the line. And Boujalev, I wonder, can he go 3 in a row here? The winner will play, arguably the best we've seen so far has been between Griezmann and Leno, who are in the other semi-final. So a tough final awaits either one of these players. And still, though, plenty of Pez, being played between these two, and plenty of games being played on the same night, of course. So it's interesting to see if some momentum will be building for one of these players, but. Yeah, I mean, my money would be with Boujalev here, and we're going to get into this game very, very shortly. Esposito, I need to see more from him than we did see in that quarterfinal. You're very, very right in that respect, but Boujalev, for me, will be at a disadvantage in terms of the team, but he seems to be working very, very well with the Schalke squad.
Yeah.
And can he get it done here against Inter in our first semi-final? You see,
I told you, it's not an easy name to pronounce.
Sebastiano.
There you go.
There we go. We got it in the end. It's not easy, is it?
It's not
I
easy
was
at
like,
all.
how was you getting that wrong? Sebastiano. Apparently, it's just not an easy one to say, but there we go. We got it in the end, and we are into the game.
Imagine
Bujaleb,
hiring commentators who can't talk. Honestly.
wow, I know. We'll
We'll just leave now, shall we? We'll just be silent for the rest of the stream.
yeah.
But you're right. It's an
Just put
interesting.
Peter Drury on it.
It's an interesting piece of information you bring up about having the ratings advantage. I mean, you think about the Inter Milan team: Christian Eriksen, Lukaku, Sanchez to bring on potentially from the bench as well. Schalke just don't really have that many superstars. The likes of Harit again, who we've mentioned in the previous game, Omar Mascarell as well, a solid midfielder. But certainly the strength in favour of Inter Milan. We'll see though if Esposito is able to fashion more chances than he could in the quarterfinals against Manchester United, because we just did not see the best out of Esposito there.
Absolutely not. Hopefully we can see a bit more from him this time round. But it just took one opportunity for Bujaleb in the previous game. Let's see if he can maybe find some more here. Rahman now down this left-hand side. We'll try to run forward, but getting the better of his man here. Plenty of pace down this left-hand side. We'll try to cut back in, but Victor Moses trying to get the better of him, and we'll get the ball back. Romelu Lukaku now to maybe get this one away for Inter Milan.
Yeah, Kandreva, Brozovic. There's just so many great midfielders, and you forget about Martinez up top as well, supplementing Lukaku. It's just such a strong team that Milan have. Hopefully Esposito can use them to the best of his abilities. And I mean, I think you and I both have Bujalab after, his previous round performances being probably the stronger of the two players. I think Esposito will have to be using them to the best of his abilities.
Oh, Kandreva with a good ball in. Lukaku was waiting. Brozovic hits it. Nabel had to be wise to it. Came in quickly, but straight at him either way.
That's what we like to see, though, Chris. We want to see more long shots from that sort of range. We want to see
it's
more
one of those. It's like the rule is you have to hit those.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're down the playground, you scream the name of your favourite player as you're hitting it, and hope to summon some form of spiritual energy. Didn't work out that time, though.
No. Lukaku now. Until Lautaro Martinez trying to get away, but really good defensive work there by the Schalke squad.
Rarely worked out for me down the playground either. I mean, it's just always went over.
Would that be the player you're shouting's fault, or you're on?
Probably mine.
Big Stoller will get this one. Into the feet of Rahman here. Onto his left. He looks to turn inside, but Victor Moses will get the better of him. Victor Moses is being impressive, has to be said. Every time I've seen him on the ball, defending well, getting far forward. Usually knackered by the 65th minute, bless him, because plenty of work from Esposito is going down this right-hand side. Lukaku now. Victor Moses is surely the ball. Here we go. Lukaku running into the box, but it is actually going to be the overhead kick coming in. And that's on Christian Eriksen. Not necessarily something that's in his wheelhouse, but either way, trying it here. Not able to get away with it, though, and Schalke will get away with this ball.
We'll call it an improvised finish from the Dane. But you're right, not really something he has in his locker. This is better, though, from Esposito. Seems to be attacking with more freedom than he did in the quarter-final match. And it comes back to what we were saying. I just don't think that we saw the best out of Esposito. And he and McTominay really cancelling each other's play styles out. I think we'll see more freedom and more release from the Milan youngster here against the German club Schalke 04 and Bujaleb.
Yuri. Trying to get the cross in, but well intercepted, and will be a corner now for Schalke. Harit to take this one. Front post is where we're going. Andanovic, wise to it though. Whacked in, not able to find anything from it. Lukaku now head down. Kandreva. Getting away down this right-hand side. 36 minutes gone. Lukaku with plenty of room here. Good interception. In the end, Schalke will get this one away. Bujaleb living maybe a little bit more dangerously. I would like to say Esposito has maybe been the better player here so far. Will get this one away down this left-hand side. Into Harit. Oh, he's going to be closed down. Brozovic all over the day, and as you said, it's a good shot coming in. Oh, I tell you what. Some effort from Lautaro Martinez.
Fair
It's
play.
great from a mistake, but you love to see those be hit.
Absolutely. And it's something that me and some of the other eFootball Pro pundits like to call taking more risks, and it's not the most inventive wording, I suppose, but we just never see the freedom out of the players at the highest level. Good to see Esposito really willing to take long-range strikes, and it's an adaptation of his gameplay that's working here against Schalke.
Always give it away though. Caligiuri, can he capitalise on the mistake? The rebound and the goal. It's a mistake by Esposito, and Bujaleb, you have to say, every time a mistake is made on the opposition, he punishes them. Clinical with his opportunities. And that is 1-0. It has to be said, maybe against the run of play. 1-0 to Schalke now. That should be the score heading into the half. And that's got to be disappointing in the window of the sails of Esposito, who has been the better player so far.
Yeah, sinks the putt as well in the celebration. Tremendous stroke. Great finish. But a venomous and deadly time to get a goal. As you said, taking the wind right out of the sails of Esposito, who was in the ascendancy in that first half. You see, 3 shots, just one more than the Schalke team had as a whole, but really was fashioning and threatening attacks for the majority of the half. And I feel Esposito might feel slightly hard done by, and this score doesn't exactly flatter Bujaleb so far.
Absolutely not. 1-0 to Schalke now. Some changes potentially being made at the half. Maybe a little bit of a break to gain some composure. I need that sometimes. Have an extra long pause at the half just to get myself back into it. Reset the game. Composure. That's all it's about, Harry.
Yeah, I think we're seeing this through Esposito's point of view. So no doubt Schalke may be making some changes. Actually might be, and it is, Bujaleb's point of view. So it's Bujaleb's console, which means that the changes have been made at halftime for Esposito. Maybe a formation change, certainly a personnel one, as Alexis Sanchez brought in to try and give a bit more of an attacking presence. We'll see if it works.
Let's see what he can do for Inter Milan. Can you get the back into this game? Asamoah down this left-hand side. Putting on the afterburners to get away, and it's a good pass out by Sane now. Maybe an interception in the middle. Not quite. Harrit will calmly deal with this one. Rahman down this left-hand side. Aggressive defense coming in from Victor Moses here. Looking like a foul, but the referee says no. It's Bujaleb now. We'll get this down the right-hand side. Caligiuri, good football here from Schalke. Rahman was the target, but couldn't quite get the ball. But once again, Schalke will cup. Caligiuri now. Back to Bujaleb, just taking their time with the ball here. Don't need to rush it. Harrit. Maybe look like a wayward pass, but eventually it will arrive at the feet of Rahman now. Bergstaller. A little bit of room on the edge of the box, goes for it. And Andanovic wise. And will get in the way. Sorry, Szczesny. For his team, and Inter Milan will get this one away. What's Andanovic? Sorry, you see, keep us mixed up now, Harry.
There's so many lineups we need to memorise here, Chris. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Schalke will defend this well, though. 60 minutes gone in. Has to be said, have had the better of the second half so far. Have Schalke, the German side, looking good. Bujaleb trying to get this one away, and that is a wayward run. Look at this run from Romelu Lukaku, though. Pacing forward on the inside. The ball inside was maybe a little bit too early for Alexis Sanchez, and Stasic will deal with this one. Calm pace here, has to be said, from Schalke. Bujaleb, we said we feel as if he would be the favourite here. Getting the job done so far, Harry.
Yeah, and it's part and parcel of Schalke's play in the eFootball Pro season as well. Plenty of possession. It's got to be said, Bujaleb maybe creating more chances than the eFootball Pro squad's been able to so far this season. Obviously, the team sitting at the bottom of the standings, but he is certainly good for his attacking gameplay so far. Almost in once again. But plenty of possession, plenty of controlled football from Schalke, but just watch out for Esposito on these counter-attacks. All it takes is one move, and then we are back at 1-1.
Sanchez looking for the cross inside. Lukaku had to be the target, couldn't quite find him. This one will be cleared away, and as time goes on, you feel as if the game will open up. Bergstaller now has the run from Harrod in front of him, but is going to lose the ball. Harrod was roaming forward. This is an opportunity now for Inter Milan. Lukaku finds the touch inside eventually to Sanchez. Back to Lukaku. This is really good football. Barella on the edge of the box, trying to find Eriksson. Couldn't quite get it there. Nubel will get there gladly in the end and will clear this one away.
Not sure. Is Bujaleb still on the pitch here? Has he subbed himself off? I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Yep, there he is on that far side. Can't imagine he'll be on the pitch too much longer. Expect a tactical substitution to come in fairly soon. Maybe a McKinney to fill in that hole. He's looking a little leggy out there. Bujaleb. So.
Can't quite get that. But yeah, I think you're right. Substitution's probably going to come in from both sides very, very shortly. If you are Schalke, though, you're very happy to have the ball here, Harry.
Yeah, often Schalke find themselves with plenty of possession, not often finding the finishes in the eFootball Pro season, but he's given it away there, and with 10 in-game minutes left, we know how fickle eFootball PES 2020 can be. Last-minute goals are plenty. Can Esposito push the pace and really force the issue?
Time for an opportunity. Still there. Harrod will get this one away. Our first semi-final, a place in the final, looks like it awaits. Bujaleb from Schalke, maybe an opportunity to seal the deal here. Rahman looking to cut inside. 85 minutes gone. This game is still there for the taking. That will be a goal kick as well. Changes starting to come in here, Harry. What would you like to see from Schalke? Surely defensive side of the changes, surely. Yeah,
looking at the front three, not too much stamina lost. So you're looking again at the midfield. I'm surprised McKinney hasn't been introduced just yet. Looks like Serdar is replacing Bujaleb himself. Katuchu, who has had a decent run out so far in the stay-at-home with PES Cup, is also getting the nods, maybe for a counter-attack or to hold the ball up while players run beyond to just kill time off the clock. But for me, the more importance is on the substitutions made on the other side for Esposito. He's the man who needs a goal in the next 5 or so in-game minutes, plus stoppage time. Otherwise, he's going to be bowing out here in the semi-finals, and we'll have our first finalist confirmed.
Lautaro Martinez now trying to get the ball forward. The pass is weak, though. Really, nothing has come together for Esposito, has it? The Milan man has just not been able to get anything going. But it just takes one chance. Lukaku now. Martinez can't find that final pass every single time. It has went wayward. And Schalke may get a counter-attacking opportunity here now. Bujaleb is onside, as is Caligiuri. Stretches through, looks for the chip. It is a goal. It's fantastic from Schalke. And that's going to be it. Bujaleb 2-0 here. As we head into added time. And that will seal the deal. Handanovic lets his team know to push up. It's still time. But no added time coming in. That is the game, Harry, and it's well-deserved from the man from Schalke.
Yeah, cracking finish from Caligiuri. And it's a cracking game from Nassim Bujaleb. The German-born Moroccan international is our first finalist. And just coming back briefly to give you a bit of analysis on that finish for the second goal, and in the end, the winning goal for Nassim Bujaleb. We spoke earlier on about, when the goalkeeper is being brought out, the chip and the lob shot in eFootball PES 2020, so accurate if you have the right player on the ball. That time, Caligiuri, with his finishing stats, able to just lift it over the on-rushing keeper. Handanovic just lost at sea. And that's the type of play you want to make. It's the higher percentage play almost when you're through one-on-one and the goalkeeper makes a mistake like that. You don't want to try and bring it around the keeper unless you're more square on with the goal. In the end, Caligiuri and Nassim Bujaleb sticking in the second goal with a chip shot. And we have our first finalist. Congratulations to Bujaleb. We'll be seeing him in the final.
We do. Let's have a look at the bracket. We've nearly filled it all in. We're heading into the second semi-final. But there you go. Bujaleb will take the first place in that grand final, with the game between Barcelona and Arsenal coming up immediately. Griezmann against Bernd Leno. And this one should be a cracker, I think. From what we've seen from both these two, They have it in them to score goals. What was it? I mean, we're seeing 7 apiece between them in the quarterfinals, and we've seen plenty from Bernd Leno in his first game that he played off stream, of course, but this one should be a cracker, I feel. Griezmann against Leno. What are we thinking, Harry?
It's a really tough one to call. It really, really is. Again, recency bias comes into it. We've seen Antoine Griezmann play really, really well in his quarterfinal. We can't forget, of course, how good Bernd Leno is, but the 29-year-old Antoine Griezmann plays left winger usually for Barcelona, also can play centrally and also play on the right. He really shifts across that front three for Barcelona. And I spoke earlier on about how interesting it is to see where he plays himself in the virtual pitch, as it may give an indication as to where maybe he has a preference of where he'd like to play in the starting 11 for Barcelona. But he's scored goals earlier on. He's a big fan of eFootball PES 2020, plays it regularly, and I think it certainly showed in his gameplay as he won handedly by a handful of goals.
Yeah, looks very, very good. Helps that he's got the Barcelona team behind him. But
I say win by a handful. Yeah. It was 3-2, but he did score 3. So, it was a decent game.
It's a handful of goals.
Showed that he could score a handful of goals. Defending might be his issue here.
Maybe it will be, but he's going up against Bernd Leno, who looked really, really good in his game against Javi Martinez, of course, of Bayern Munich. So, interested to see this one. Leno looked good going forward. His interplay between his attackers was very, very good. So, looking to see plenty of goals here, in all honesty. I hope we do, because last game lacked a couple, but I think we'll see plenty here, Harry.
Yeah, I think so too. Thinking back to games we've seen previous, I think this is probably one of the more highly rated two squads going off against each other. I think maybe Inter Milan versus Manchester United was the previous one, which had two highly rated teams going off against each other. That one was a bit of a stinker in the end, though. It went all the way to penalties. Again, I can't really give the nod one way or the other here. I think I'm just going to have to see how the chips lie at the end of it. Should be a really good game on paper, but we all know that eFootball PES 2020 is not played on paper. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see, Chris. That's all I'm giving you.
Thanks for the insight.
That's all right.
Well, here we go. Our second semi-final. It's going to be Arsenal against Barcelona. Leno against Griezmann. Two players very much at the top of the game. But maybe that one's going to be given away by Antoine Griezmann initially, who has the first bit of possession. Look for the interplay between these three up front. It's going to be Suarez with the first opportunity, and we said the attacking ones will come about. Kolasinac had to get there in time there, Harry.
Yeah, he did. The Bosnia and Herzegovinian defender did so well.
Lacazette, can he get in? Oh, Aubameyang on the rebound! No, it's trickled in. 6 minutes gone. A little bit of fortune for the Arsenal man, and Leno will find himself in front. The ball initially from Ozil for the chance was fantastic. But the portal's coming in there. Maybe just to calm it down, but Leno will find himself in the lead, Harry.
Yeah, maybe Griezmann there letting out a bit of rage after conceding first. No, this is all in good fun, of course. And he has a chance here, actually, with himself. Thinking back to how he lined up in the quarter-final around previous, I think he was playing himself and Luis Suarez up top with Messi in behind. And we'll have to see. Here is Luis Suarez dropping deep, but we all know Messi likes to get into positions like this.
Let's see what he can do with it. Can't quite get there. David Luiz in the way. But there is going to be opportunities here for the Frenchman and Griezmann. Needs to try and find one shortly. Ball in. Flicked on. Not able to find anything. And Aubameyang will get this one away. Plenty of pace to burn. Piqué tracking him in the middle, but it's going to go back to Aubameyang. Really good interception by Gerard Piqué. Forward once again. Here goes Lionel Messi. Looking for the chip into Griezmann. Kolasinac will get there. Takes a touch in the box as well. May actually be punished for this one. Griezmann into Messi. David Luiz just about getting in the way and will get it away. Xhaka now for Arsenal. Living dangerously there, passing it around in the box, you feel, though, Harry Bernd Leno. And Arsenal just about survive.
Yeah, dangerous from Leno, but smart from Griezmann. It's always going to put the pressure on a player when you force the ball in like that, like he did with the ball over the top from Messi, looking for his virtual self. And Well, he's won the ball back here with Vidal. Has Suarez ahead of him.
Griezmann, poor first touch. David Luiz all over that. The Brazilian will get this one away. Lacazette. Back to Bellerin now. Given away once again. Sloppy play by both players in the middle of the park, has to be said. Frankie de Jong will happily clean this one up. But backwards and forwards, has to be said, end to end. It's going to just be Arsenal with the advantage, but here we go with Vidal. Really good ball at the Semedo. Turns it around. Goes back to the edge of the box. Arthur now into Frankie de Jong. Looking for an opportunity, but maybe waiting a little bit too long. Is Nicolas Pepe getting back yet? And defending for his team. This is going to give it away, though. Arsenal can't catch a break right now. We'll eventually get a hold of it, and we'll maybe get this one away. Very direct play from everybody, but offside from Lacazette. That would have been an opportunity for them, but I say can't catch a break if you're Arsenal.
Leno defensively has been really strong. He's read the intentions of Griezmann more often than not, and well, if he keeps defending like he is, he might be in with a chance of winning this game. As a strike comes in from Griezmann, was that on that far side. Leno's defensive work's been tremendous. He was sleeping there though.
Couldn't get anything done, unfortunately, with that opportunity. But can Arsenal counter-attack yet? Ozil has been dangerous. It's actually going to be fed into Lacazette. It's 2. Every single chance that comes. Oh, it's offside. I was about to say every chance that he has had has been taken. But slightly offside the Frenchman. Fantastic finish, but it will not count.
Well,
oh, I tell you what, he's giving it away as well here as well. Messi to Griezmann. Will he give him it back? He will not. That will be well defended. It will go out for a corner.
I think Griezmann's very happy that that was ruled for offside, because 2-0 down would have been very harsh on him. He's played well so far, Griezmann, despite being 1 down. Leno's only had a few sniffs.
Ball in. It's defended. Vidal now. Into Arthur. Into Frankie de Jong. Pressure maybe building here. Semedo now into Suarez. Doesn't miss those. Just turns to the defender. Very, very well constructed goal by Antoine Griezmann, and he gets one that he does indeed deserve. 1-1 now. And he's good for that. Has to be said, Griezmann. Looking good from the Frenchman. Really hasn't let Arsenal have a sniff outside of the 2 chances we have seen. Of course, with one of them being offside, but maybe Leno can get one back here immediately. It's a good ball in. It's Aubameyang, and he's answered back immediately. Really, really good football from the Arsenal man. And all of a sudden, it's 2-1 Arsenal. 2 fantastic goals from both players. And Arsenal still in the lead through Bernd Leno.
Well, perfect response from Bernd Leno. The German keeper reinstating his lead just moments after Griezmann himself scored. And well, I was going to say that Leno will feel hard done by after the ruled out goal for offside. Just millimetres really in the offside decision, but he's back in front.
Plenty of goals, which is what we wanted to see. We've seen 3 in the first half. Will there be more? Oh, the pass was maybe a little bit quick into Griezmann. Looking to get one back here, looking to even the odds. Messi can't quite get there. Right idea, but great defending from Arsenal.
Well, half-time approaching, Chris, and this has been the matchup we exactly thought it was. It has not let down, or let us down one bit. Attacking gameplay at both ends. We enter the half 2-1 to Arsenal and 2-1 to Bernd Leno, but well, Griezmann's shown that he's willing to attack and he knows his way around the controller. 5 shots, 4 on target. Just the 2 for Arsenal, but it's Arsenal who lead.
And they have been up against the Kosh, but you know, it's about taking your chances. And Arsenal have done so. Barcelona behind here. But need to make sure they get back into this one. Antoine Griezmann very much was your favourite, Harry, I would like to say, for the tournament. And when we spoke about it, you know, he's played against professional players and beat some before as well. As you said, it might be because, you know, they let Antoine Griezmann win. But, I mean, still, he's had opportunities, but Arsenal are the ones taking theirs.
And Griezmann, being the professional sportsman he is, surely won't let the psychology of the game affect him too much, but has to not be or get too hard on himself, really. Can't get too down. He's had chances here, Griezmann. The ball is falling favourably for him. He just needs to be patient and just trust that the chances will come his way.
Can't find the pass there at the second time of asking. But he has to be careful defensively as well, because every time Leno has come forward, he's pretty much scored. Even that one that was offside. He will get a throw in there for his troubles as well. Quite far up the pitch in the opponent's third. Into Kolasinac now with a little bit of room. We'll send it to Pepe on the edge. Ozil. To Lacazette. Really good football once again, but this time Nelson Semedo will get this one away. But once again, Arsenal will come back. Bellerin. Into Lacazette. Into Aubameyang. Piqué in the way. Good defending in the end by Griezmann, but has to be careful in the midfield. He's given it away a couple of times, Harry.
Yeah, he's struggling to get it out of his back line, really, after Arsenal have been attacking. But he's coming forward now, and that's a bit of a misplaced pass. Just needs to be very, very careful. Has bodies forward now, though.
Messi. Looking for an opportunity on the edge of the box. Really, really good interception. Aubameyang will be sent in here as well. He's got the pace on Langley. It has to be said, can he make it 3? Yes, he can. So clinical from the German. Dare I go cliche and say German efficiency. Because every single time he's went forward, he's pretty much scored. Antoine Griezmann, 3-1 down here, Harry.
Work to do. And he's already used one of his 3 substitutes, Griezmann. I believe Umtiti brought on. I'm not entirely sure, actually, who he brought on. But he's already used one of his subs. That's the main thing. We'll have to see if he elects to go to Dembele for that injection of pace in the midfield.
Maybe trying to find an opportunity here. Can't quite get it. Lennon will collect. 3-1 Arsenal now as well. He could really just slow this game down. Go ball on to Kolasinac though. Maybe going to give that one away. He's going to fall for Torreira. Not quite. Suarez, he's actually got the run. Oh, and the pass is wayward. Just hasn't fallen for Griezmann in the second half yet. De Jong now. Into Antoine Griezmann. Can't quite find that second pass in. Still, though, does have the ball. Inside to Arthur, trying to create the ball. First time to Suarez. Can't quite get it under his control. But Leno will get a hold of this one and will clear it away. That's a good opportunity there.
Yeah, fired in with real conviction, wasn't it? Too much conviction for Suarez to control. Some nice passing here from Bernd Leno, using Nicola Pepe's skill moves. We'll have to see what he can conjure from this attack.
Not a lot. Good defensive work by Barcelona and Antoine Griezmann, who needs to find a goal very, very shortly. Honestly, these subs need to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, looking back, I think it's Jordi Alba that was introduced instead of Umtiti. So Umtiti brought off and Jordi Alba introduced into the match. So it's a bit of a strange substitution to make in this kind of game. Maybe just not happy with how Umtiti was performing.
Oh, good work by Bellerin, who's found Lacazette, who has found Aubameyang in the middle. It's a fantastic goal. Bernd Leno has played sensationally here against Antoine Griezmann. And Leno now looking to make the changes. Guendouzi going to be coming on, potentially. Just trying to show this one up. Caballas as well. There's also that. But Griezmann, you got to feel for him. Arsenal have had 4 shots on target. And every single one of them has went in.
Well, it's clinical efficiency from Bernd Leno. And Griezmann's really struggled to match it. Let's be honest. I mean, here is the introduction of Dembele. But it's too little too late, really, isn't it? Needs a goal here soon if he wants to try and claw his way back. But he's 4-1 down. Credit to Bernd Leno. He's really shown up here to the Stay at Home with Pez Cup.
You need to throw everything and the kitchen sink. The fridge, the sink, the washing machine, the lot at this one now. If you are Griezmann. Ball into Caballas is good as well. This could be insult to injury. Looks for the cross back. It's 5. So clinical from Arsenal every single time. 5-1 now. And they are walking away with this game. Bernd Leno for his team, doing them proud. Can Messi get a consolation goal here? And honestly, pretty much won't matter. Dembele will pretty much run this one out of play, and well defended by Arsenal once again. Bernd Leno has put on a clinic in PES here.
Griezmann's crumbling.
Can he find anything? Langley across. Oh, it's a good interception and off the line. The defensive work from Leno has been fantastic as well. He's been clinical going forward. Surely he's going to be the favourite going into the final.
Griezmann just he can't get the ball to go into the Arsenal net at the moment. He's trying his hardest.
Suarez. Edge of the box to Arthur. Now, good save, Leno. Straight at him, but he had to make sure he dealt with it. One final opportunity for Barcelona, potentially. Ball whipped in. And the header is not there. Not a single thing has went Antoine Griezmann's way this game.
Well, congratulations, Bernd Leno. He will be moving on to the final now. And, well, he might just get 6 as there's time left on the clock and he's coming forward. But clinical is the only word that you can use to describe Leno's gameplay. Really, really strong stuff. And he's coming forward here once again. He just wants to keep attacking, Bernd Leno. He's a goalkeeper, Chris, and he wants to attack. Aubameyang with 5 goals. What do you say to that?
Wow. Aubameyang getting it done for Arsenal and getting it done for his teammate, Bernd Leno.
He's a goalkeeper. How is he attacking this well? It doesn't make sense.
Mate, you said he's good with his hands.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No,
yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, there you go. The most convincing win coming from Bernd Leno up against Antoine Griezmann. He will send himself into a final going up against Schalke. Let's have a look at how this one has finally found its way. It will be Bujaleb from Schalke going up against Bernd Leno from Arsenal in the Stay Home with PES tournament here. Professional football players seeing how they can do on the virtual pitch. Right now, Bernd Leno looks the favourite.
Yeah, I'd be worried if I was Nasser Bujaleb because Bernd Leno has just swept aside Griezmann 5-1. The German going up against a German club controlled by a German-born Moroccan player. It's a tremendous final set up perfectly for us, and I can't wait to find out the result.
It should be an absolute cracker. We will have that grand final after this very quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the eFootball PES 2020 Stay Home with PES tournament. My name is Ton and I am here with Harry Wonderboy channel once again for the final time this evening. We have the grand final coming up. It is going to be Bayern from Arsenal going up against Bouzleb from Schalke. Should be an absolute cracker, Harry. They found their way here, and both with maybe contrasting performances to get here. There's been close games for Bouzleb, but Leno has been really blowing everybody away. It should be a great final, though.
Yeah, it really should. I think it's only fair that we start with Nassim Bouzleb, who's sort of come out of nowhere in this stay at home with PES Cup and controlling Schalke 04, who, as a German outfit, are not the best rated individually at PES, but he's utilised the Schalke esports side of things and drafted in Merriman to help coach him and know the ins and outs of the virtual team. And it's helped him out so far. He's reached the final of this cup and, well, he's looked good doing it as well. Hasn't really struggled. I mean, there was a last-minute goal against Esposito in the semi-final, which allowed him to secure his place in the final. But other than that, has looked fairly good all the way through from the round of 16. So we will have to see if he can stop the unbelievable, unstoppable force that is Bernd Leno, the Arsenal goalkeeper, and he has just been absolutely on fire. I don't think anyone really expected Bernd Leno to play as well as he has. He's knocked out Antoine Griezmann, who was many people's favourites to win this entire competition. But Bernd Leno is a superstar on eFootball PES 2020, and he's proving his worth. He's reached the final and hopes to win the whole thing.
Yeah, very much the guy to beat, isn't he, now? After beating Griezmann, who was the consensus favourite, he has to be the one to beat. It's going to be difficult, it has to be said. Both these two teams have provided to be good in certain areas. You know, the Schalke side have been great defensively. Arsenal, fantastic going forward. It could be a really good final. And honestly, I feel as if both players have been very clinical with the chances they have had. So it's really going to come down to who allows the chances, I think, to go either way. But excited for this final, of course. And no prizes on the line, just pride on bragging the virtual pitch. Yeah, bragging rights for your team as well.
E-baller of the entire PES partner clubs. I mean, this is bragging rights right here. You go to your club mates, you go to other eFootball PES 2020 partner clubs and say, I'm the best. I'm better than you. Come at me.
Did you say an e-baller?
An e-baller, yeah, he's an e-baller.
An e-baller, excellent. Okay, well, I'll stick that one in my locker to maybe use it some other time, maybe never, but who knows?
Probably never.
Nassim Bouzleb going up against Bernd Leno. This will be the grand final of our stay-at-home tournament with PES. And what an evening it has been. I tell you what, it's an opportunity straight from the off, coming in for Bouzleb and Schalke. Harriet now still with the ball. Raman into the feet of Bergstaller. Great save, Leno. And if that's any indication of how this final is going to go, we shall have an absolute bomb burner here.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Nassim Bouzleb, 20 years old, central midfielder. Only 5 first-team appearances in the German league so far this season, but he has been a star in this tournament. But Leno coming the other way.
Aubameyang now back to Pepe. That was a fabulous chance. Pepe is going to take the chance. The rebound maybe landed at Lacazette's feet. He'll try and get this one away, but will have to concede a corner. This one to be whipped in by Pepe. Towards the middle, Aubameyang. Rising highest. Can't quite get there, but wow. What a start to this final. 7 minutes in, and there's been 5 shots on target already.
A wonderful final. This is what we wanted to see. Attacking gameplay, both players going for it. Let's see who comes out on top.
Bergstaller can't quite get anything going this time round. And it will be the turn of Arsenal to attack. As I said, both players very clinical so far. They have actually wasted chances, so to speak, or just good saves from the keeper. Torreira looking for the ball forward. Lacazette, he's so good at this interplay between these players on the edge of the boxes. But Leno, he will get it back as well. Ozil to Bellerin. Back to Ozil, just building, waiting for the opportune moment. A run from Aubameyang will not be found. Ozil. Pepe has the run from Bellerin once again. Maybe lingering on the ball, maybe a little bit too much. Will get it back. Bellerin now can't quite find a good defending by Schalke, and Boujelev can't quite get it away. They're losing in the midfield once again. Lacazette into Aubameyang. First huge chance. And he may have just brushed the crossbar with that one. Great effort from Aubameyang. Arsenal denied by themselves, though.
Yeah, plenty of power on that chance. You almost want to call it a half chance based on the pressure that was on him, but still Leno providing and proving to us all that he can make some really nice build-up plays to attacks. And Boujelev, well, I was going to say it's a bit of respite for him because he's been under the cosh and being pressured by Leno and Arsenal in the Schalke final third here for quite some time. It might be some respite for him here, but no, gives the ball away once again.
Oh, Lacazette looking for the run of Torreira, who is offside.
Ozil in the end, I think.
Yeah, the German was actually the one who ran forward. Well spotted, Harry. Now your Arsenal player as well. Caligiuri now down this right hand side, can't quite get anywhere. Kolasinac will turn this run. It really has been mostly possession-based football from Arsenal due to the ball being given away by Boujelev on the side of Schalke. This is a good ball into Lacazette, looking to find Aubameyang. You will get there, tries to play it back. Sane will just about get in the way. I think if you're Schalke, you need to get a hold of the ball here. It really has been all Arsenal. These long balls forward are not working out. Ozil can't quite get there, though. This time around, Stambouli will be able to get it out for Schalke, but not enough possession for the German side so far.
No, certainly not, especially when you consider previously in the tournament we were talking about how Boujelev likes to play with possession. Often when you see that possession stat come up in the top left, it's Schalke with the majority. You're probably waiting to see, again, the impact of the substitutions that come in for Boujelev. Obviously has Merriman from the Schalke Esports eFootball Pro lineup. German international as well. Secured his place at the Euro 2020 for the German national side. But here comes Boujelev forward. A rare chance for him.
No, and he's trying to find the ball square across. Couldn't quite get there. And Aubameyang will spread this wide to Nicolas Pepe. Good switch of play. Lacazette far too eager to get that one inside. And Sane will get this one away. 35 minutes gone and the game has settled somewhat. No real big chances outside of the first 5 minutes for Schalke. It's been mostly Arsenal and Bernd Leno, which is what we expect in. We've seen really good attacking football from the German and the London side. But now an opportunity maybe for Rahman to get the ball into the box here for Schalke. Will be thrown Arsenal's way, just rebounds off the player towards the end there. But possession, for all that I mean, personally, I felt that Arsenal have had most of it. It's actually just a couple of percent here or there. Now try and get this one away as Kolasinac. Can't quite find the ball inside though. Bergstaller trying to get there. Can't quite. Will get there in the end though. Caligiuri, can he get this one away? Maybe an opportunity here for Boujelev. Caligiuri now. Down this right hand side, looking to pass it in. Not going to happen. Bernd Leno easily on the ball there.
Yeah, well done.
I'll tell you what though.
Back actually.
Oh! What a save in the end, but is it the opportunity going to lie to them? Rahman now trying to get this one away, and it was the clearance that bounced off one of the Arsenal players and found itself at the feet of Rahman. But they couldn't quite get it in the back of the net. What a save by Leno, and that will be the end of the first half.
Full stretch. And truly, it needed to be a theatrical save from Bernd Leno's virtual self, sparing his real-life version's blushes, I should say.
I've just watched it back on the stream. That is an insane save.
Destined for the back of the net, wasn't it?
It looked that way. What a save by Leno that is. And that will keep them in this one. 0-0 as said at the half. Incredible. Incredible end to the first half. It's been a good first half as well. Backwards and forwards. Both teams really going for it, which is what we love to see. We head into the second half now. Hope everybody in the chat on YouTube has been enjoying this one. It may be nil apiece, but it has been such a close game with opportunities for both sides. Just nobody able to take them quite yet. Kolasinac here for Arsenal straight on the attack. Ozil now to Pepe. Back to Ozil. Look for the pass inside. Plenty of defenders back here for Schalke. Pepe, once again, is going to find Aubameyang, who may find Lacazette. What a save once again. That will be pushed out for a corner. Another big moment in the game. Whipped in by Pepe and will be cleared away. Caligari will get on the end of this as well. Potential counter-attacking opportunity. David Luiz getting in the way once again, but can't quite get a hold of the ball cleanly. And that will be a free kick. A little bit of respite for Schalke here, Harry.
Yeah, and thankfully so. That David Luiz challenge looked good. Of course, a shout out to everyone watching on the PES Facebook page as well. Thank you for joining us this evening. And, well, it could have been 1-0 to Schalke were it not for Leno's theatrics. Just remember that if Bernd Leno's able to score a goal of his own.
Oh, Rahman, really good football here. And that will just squeeze wide of the post. Really good player by the Schalke side. Ball whipped in now. Bernd Leno, he will put this one out for a throw-in, but a questionable clearance.
It looked the way his hand was travelling that he was going to turn it into his own net. That was very, very close.
Maxime Pujolev looking for a goal here. Rahman inside the box into Bergstaller. What a save by Leno again. Keeping his side in the game in more ways than one. Harrett now to take the corner. Schalke very much growing into this game. It felt like mostly Arsenal in the first half. Torreira will clear this one. Pepe will get on the ends of it, or will he? Just about retaining this one. It will fall to Harrett. Back inside, though, it is going to be intercepted. Lacazette now to stretch his legs. Ease the pressure on Arsenal that has been building over the last 10 minutes of the second half. It's a poor pass from Kolasinac as well. Schalke definitely growing into this one, you feel, Harry?
Yeah, definitely. And you just know that every save that the virtual Bernd Leno makes, the real life one just puffs his chest out a little bit more and says, yeah, that was me. I did that. But Pujolev's certainly in the ascendancy here, and Bernd Leno seems to have met his match so far here in the final. 60 minutes gone, maybe time for subs very soon.
It's a cheeky little ball inside, but David Luiz will get in the way.
We just haven't seen the free scoring nature of Leno that we've seen so far throughout. I mean, you think back to the game against Griezmann, he scored 5.
There's been some great saves by both keepers.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Ozil now looking to create, as he so often does. Aubameyang to Hector Bellerin to Pepe to Lacazette. Oh, it's really well worked, and it would have deserved a goal. It's just wide. A massive, massive chance there. The pause is lined up, and 65 minutes gone. Changes are coming.
Changes to come, and if I'm Bernd Leno, I look at that big red arrow on Nicola Pepe and maybe start to think about subbing him off. Maybe looking at Martinelli, who has slightly better form. We also have Saka on there as well, but substitutions have been a really key part of Schalke 04's route to the final. The likes of McKinney, the likes of Matondo, the likes of Katuchu saving Bujolev's bacon more often than not. We'll see if they feature here once again. There is McKinney replacing Bujolev's virtual self. Katuchu, we'll see if it's the home run here. Is Matondo on as well? Nope, saving Matondo for now. And we'll see if he comes on later on in the game.
Still nil apiece between these two. Bujolev will get it away down this left-hand side for Schalke. Into the feet of Rahman now. Maybe just trying to play with the ball a little bit more passively here in the middle of the park. Looking for that massive opportunity. There has been a couple for both teams, but nobody able to convert quite yet. Danny Caballos down this left-hand side for Arsenal. Aubameyang, wayward pass to Harrett. Build-up play here coming from Schalke. Sane now to Stambouli, just making sure to keep a hold of the ball. Zipcat will get this away down this left-hand side. Does have runners ahead of him, but choosing to keep a hold of the ball here smartly.
Yeah, needs to be careful though. All it takes is one mistake when he's playing around with the ball in this kind of position. And the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette are running at your goal at pace.
It's a good ball in. It's going to be Rahman. He's going to take the shot. What a finish. Finesse on the edge of the box and sticks it in the back right corner. And that's the first goal of this final. And it will be Nassim Bouzoulet to take the lead.
Well,
it has to be said, it's been coming. It's been coming. He's been growing into this game, and he now has a stamp on it.
Just take a look, Chris.
Maybe an opportunity here first, Harry. It's not going to happen. But what a goal that is by Schalke.
Just take a look at the immediate response from Bouzoulet, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. That blue bar right at the bottom. Wants to play defensive for the next 10 or so in-game minutes and maintain possession to prevent Bernd Leno even a sniff of the ball and a chance to come forward. But what a finish it was. Curled perfectly into the corner. And as long as Schalke, as long as Bouzoulet retain possession here and keep the ball, then Bouzoulet will be the champion.
The problem is with keeping all the ball, you do invite that pressure on. Just passing it around his midfield and defence, making sure to not give an opportunity here to Arsenal, who have to push, they have to press. If you've been Leno, you've cruised through up until this moment, but maybe an opportunity on the counter-attack here. Caligiuri roaming down the right-hand side. He's got men in the box as well. Good defending. Arsenal will now have the ball. 89 minutes, but they've given it away. Have to be careful if you're Schalke here. Stambouli down this right-hand side. Only added time now for Schalke to hold on. Nassim Bouzoulet, has he done it for his club? Can Arsenal get the ball back? They cannot. He's holding on to it so well. We're into the final minute. Is it going to be grabbed by Arsenal? No, it is not. It is going to be Schalke. The winners yet at the Stay at Home with Pez tournament online. And he will take it away for Schalke. Nassim Bouzoulet is your winner.
Well, he's been brought up through the Schalke youth system from the under-16s. And he's come through to win the Stay at Home with Pez Cup. It's the German-born Morocco international, Nassim Bouzoulet, with a wonderful performance, really, in the final. Bernd Leno, who's been free scoring all tournament long, really almost nullified completely in the final.
Yeah.
Bernd Leno, though, a tremendous showing from him, really showing those outfield players playing in the competition that he can play attacking football as well. But credit to Bouzoulet, perfect game plan in the final. And of course, a share of the spoils, I suppose you could say, in terms of the credits, goes to Merriman from Schalke 04's eFootball Pro team, coaching Bouzoulet throughout, giving him tips and giving him some pointers in terms of some of the in-game stats and some of the traits that he needs to look out for. Certainly, when you consider the way that Bouzoulet was mirroring the esports tactics in the games throughout this tournament. It's no surprise to see him come out on top, and congratulations to Schalke 04 and Bouzoulet. They are the champions.
Fantastic from him. This is how he did find his way to the final. Let's have a look at the bracket, and let's have a look at Bouzoulet's run. Played Eduard, first game that we've seen from him, 2-1 there, 1-0 against Pjanic, 2-0 against Esposito, and then 1-0 in the final. He hasn't been like free scoring, has he? It's been very tight games, but he's been very resolute throughout.
And he's only conceded one goal the entire tournament run. And that was to Eduard all the way back in the round of 16. So really clean performances throughout. And Eduard, I would say, probably gave him the closest game of all. If you exclude maybe the Leno performance in the grand finals, as we just saw, Eduard really pushed Bouzoulet right to the end. And you maybe think if Eduard gets a different draw there, he goes further on in the tournament instead of bowing out in the round of 16. But really, all these professional players played tremendously well throughout today, and it was a pleasure to watch. Hopefully, we can do it again soon.
And plenty of goals being scored by Bernd Leno up until the final. He had so much good work throughout, and then just at the final hurdle fell. Maybe ran out of steam.
Yeah, maybe exhausted some of his tactics, really struggled to break down Bouzoulet in the end. You feel like the possession style of play from Bouzoulet really, it's confounded Leno a little bit. He's struggled to break it down, and in the end, when he got his goal as he probably deserved, considering he was coming forward, Bujaleb, Leno had to chase the ball at that point, and there were times when that bar in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen for Arsenal was going right the way to the red, and when you do that, the centre-backs join the attack, and that's where Bujaleb was able to venture a little bit further forward with the gaps appearing at the back. So, maybe run out of steam, but overall, tactically, well played by Bujaleb, and he's the deserving champion.
Thank you very much to everybody who did tune in. Thank you very much to all the players and the teams. Of course, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Arsenal, Inter, and AC Milan, Rangers, Celtic, Schalke, and Zenit, of course, all taking part. We love to see the participation from the clubs in esports, and it's been fantastic fun. Thank you very much, Harry. It's always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure, and a fantastic win in the end for Schalke. They will get it done. They will be the Stay Home with Pez tournament final winners. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you for the next stream.